All right, so we're over here at SoFi Stadium. A lot of beautiful Cowboy fans coming through.
Hola, ¿cómo? Like, hey, get it.
It is getting wild out here at SoFi Stadium. We're doing shots. We got whiskey. It's going down. That's how Cowboy fans do it. All the Can Fanamaniacs out there. How about them Cowboys? We walked what I'm calling a Dallas Cowboys corridor. As you can tell, we are at a Cowboys home game. Yes, I understand that we are in Los Angeles, Inglewood, technically SoFi Stadium, but this is basically AT&T West. So follow me this way. We're gonna see if we can find a couple of fans. We are infiltrating enemy territory. The Cowboy fans are doing it right. We got the signage, we got the great food, we got the inflatables. Thoughts on today's game?
We're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Woo! You see this right here? How do you feel about today's game?
We better win, that's all I know.
How do you feel about Dak Prescott after last week's performance?
Dak Prescott has been very consistent with the division. He has took us back-to-back 12-5 seasons. You know what I mean? He has winning records above. You can say what you want about the past 7 years, but on our division, he has been owning it for years.
Are you a Dak rider or are you a Dak hater?
Before he broke his finger, I was a rider. Now, nah. They need to let him go now.
You know Dak Prescott's watching this right now, right? Actually follows the Can Fan podcast.
Look.
Go!
Let's go, baby! Cowboys Nation, son! Let's go!
Cowboys Nation represents
Cowboys Nation! Let's go!
Crack 'em if you got them.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. All day, every day.
Crack 'em if you got them, Seattle.
Here we are at Lumen Field. And is that a Harry Potter reference? Maybe. I don't know. I've casted a lot of Lumen spells.
Lumen videos.
We want to see Deuce represent. We want to see him repeat. I want them repeats. And I don't need 3 beats if they repeat.
I don't need 3 beats.
I don't need
if
3
they
beats.
repeat.
If they repeat. Let's go.
You don't think we're gonna make the postseason?
Maybe wild card.
So this is
Maybe wild card.
This is where I'm like, I'm good for a good ribbing, but like to say we're not gonna make the postseason, now I can't even argue with you because you've
Sucks. Oh, God.
You know it, too. You know it.
Who's your quarterback?
Fucking we got
This is our year.
Look at those beers! Look at those beers! Look at those beers! Look at those beers!
Let's go! Let's go! Cowboys! Let's go, baby! Cowboys Nation showing up!
Most pristine athletes in modern history playing in the NFL. Even the offensive linemen are incredibly athletic. I mean, these guys are over 300 pounds, and you know they can
not only the size, but the speed of the linemen. Are you kidding
fly
me?
on the field.
You're telling me a guy that's 330 pounds meant to block a guy that's 290 pounds is faster than me, a sporty 240?
High 240. High 240. High 240.
I could beat any one of those guys right now, and I've drank a 6-pack.
What? You're wearing Crocs!
My 40 time is better than any of them.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
Erroneous!
Erroneous on all accounts!
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
How'd I do?
13-5.
Final quarter, here we go, baby!
CD for the CD, baby!
And I'm going for 2.
Woo!
I don't know why my safety was just playing off so far.
Tackle him!
Yeah, well, I might be a boomer, but you sound like a pipsqueak. You don't even know how old I am.
No!
little shit. You didn't win the game, I lost it.
Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to
Call
get
that a
open
throw?
in key situations.
I might be old, but at least I don't still piss my pants.
Protect you and your loved ones with Crackem VPN.
Ever heard the game marry, kill? Okay, like, yeah, I'm gonna give you 3 people, and you're gonna decide who will you marry, who will you who will you kill?
Okay.
Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and Tony Romo.
Marry Jerry. He's got all the monies. Probably Tony. Dak Prescott. Gotta kill him.
I'm gonna Romo.
She's gonna with Romo.
I'm gonna marry Dak.
She's gonna marry Dak.
I'm gonna kill Jones.
She's gonna kill Jerry Jones. Who will you marry, kill between Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and then Tony Romo?
I'm out.
Jerry Jones, you. So Jerry?
Jerry Jones, you.
Okay. Who will you marry, Dak Prescott or Tony Romo?
Tony Romo. Tony Romo.
So that means you would kill Dak?
Yes.
Marry Dak, kill Jerry Jones,
Jerry Jones, poor Jerry.
Tony Romo.
Why not? He's probably one of the best commentators, announcers on the game right now.
Tony Romo? That's mine. That's mine.
Jerry Jones, right now. Right now.
You heard it here, guys. You heard it.
We need trash can.
Oh, here we go.
AJ, you have to sleep in this for the night. Yeah. Football we already got. AJ's trying to take a piss right now. Trash can.
Stickers.
Stickers.
Couple stickies.
Couple stickies?
Yes. So we got a trash can. We're gonna go test it out in the toy aisle.
You're not getting it first.
First try.
He's not getting it. Give these guys a shot. They'll win a jersey if they get it. Oh, none of us made it. Come on, Dad. You get a free Cowboys jersey if you get it. None of us have made it. Dad's going for a shot. Come on, let's get it. Oh, that was the closest one.
Felt like the closest. That gross? Yeah. We all missed it, so don't worry about it. We missed it. You guys go to the game tomorrow? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Us too.
Not only are we giving away 3 jerseys for whoever can toss a football into that can, we're also going to be leaving the can so someone can take that home too.
Look, there's still practicing Dolly Parton set.
Guys, what are you doing here?
Game day, baby.
Game day, baby, woo! Kickoff's a month away.
Yeah, but we gotta get our reps in.
Yeah. They train, we train.
Yeah, baby, we back. We back, baby. We so fucking back, baby.
Oh.
Wednesday nights are just better when it's the 3 best friends chilling up in the studio. I've been OOO for the last few, so it just feels good to be back up in
I
here.
thought, and like I don't want to give things away, I thought that was a slight jab at our special handsome guest tonight.
No, never. And we're going to bring him in right now because we're all dancing, having fun. Cowboys Chris, what is happening? A Cowboys fan favorite.
What's up, brothers? What's up, man? What's happening?
You know it's draft time, and we have to have big fella back here.
Hey, I you know, since you guys are members of America now, 51st state.
Oh,
I really
easy,
appreciate you.
easy.
Hey, I'm cutting him off. Crack him if you
Yeah,
got
cut him off, cut him off, cut him off, cut him off, cut him off.
Cut his wire.
Matt,
cut
are
his
you
wire.
going or am I going? You
go.
going? Crack him if you fucking got him.
Crack him if you got him.
Crack with
There we
Hey,
go.
Chris, I
There
know
we go.
you're from Texas, and I know they don't even really know what hockey is down there. But a couple weeks ago, or actually a week almost today, Canada laid an ass whooping on our American neighbors. And if anything, You're the 11th province. Boosh, mic drop, baby.
You got Boosh. No, he's at the fourth territory.
Fourth territory.
Fourth territory. You're not a province.
You won the war, but we won the first battle.
That's true.
Yes.
We won the fight.
Hey,
we won the fight.
You know what? If anything, I love a nice, healthy competition, Chris. And I know the next time we see each other, we're going to get down to our skins and have ourselves an old-fashioned wrestling match, okay? Backyard wrestling style.
The only way that a Canadian and an American can settle something is naked Roman Greco wrestling. Everyone knows that.
I was, well, I mean, we could go that way. I was thinking like just the traditional 1980s type of wrestling gear where you're like Speedo and high socks.
Yep, 100%.
Well, it'll be over quick. You know, I'm 240 pounds more than AJ.
Yes, yes. But you know how wrestling works, right? We'll put on a show.
Chris, how you doing, man? It's been a minute. We appreciate you coming on. How you been though?
Said, man, been wonderful, man. Actually excited about the all season. On our show, we did our first official mock draft, and it actually went pretty well, man. I was shocked who we took in the first round, and I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, when you sit there and you talk about it, you know, that's when you actually realize, hey, sometimes you need something better.
Well, we had you on we had you on last year for one of our mock drafts. We are going to definitely need you. This is going to be CanFan's third or mock draft 3.0. So we got the big fella. There's a lot of Michigan guys projected to go early in the first round. So we're going to get 100% some conversation with that. But Bandwagon Boys, how the fuck are you two doing over there?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here with our boy Chris. And yeah, I mean, I got a full vape here, so I mean, we're ready to go.
He's got his vape juice. I'm doing good too, even though you almost moved on from me after
I would have never
hearing Alex's
never
comment. But yeah, I'm doing swell.
I would have never. Guys, okay, Wednesday night, main event. We're officially deep into the offseason. There's no more, Sundays without football. We're there. We're in it.
Yeah.
Wednesday, midweek, there's no football. There's no shitty Thursday night game tomorrow night. We're in the offseason.
Yeah.
We're doing it. What do we got on the docket tonight?
Well, there's a few things that kind of popped out. First thing, of course, that was really big was that the report card by the NFLPA players. The next thing here was a comment from Stephen Jones, who I misquoted as Jerry Jones. If you're in chat and you're seeing that image and the title, it's been updated now, by the way. But if you're seeing it because of the cash and cookies and it's still sitting there,
rage
bait on me. Let me know. I'll take it. That was my mistake. But he was talking about being selectively aggressive, and we're going to discuss. You know, what does that mean? Is that this year's all in? I don't know. There's also the combine, and then we'll be finishing with the mock draft in there. So and I think maybe the place to start here is just with the combine happening tomorrow. Big Chris, I just want to know who are your like guys that you want to watch? You can pick however you want, a guy each day or just a handful of dudes who you're like, man, I want to see what this guy looks like. Because there are some players out there in the combine who aren't going to be showing up. Some guys, we already kind of know what they look like. I always like the combine for seeing those deeper, I would say like second round and beyond type of dudes and seeing how that can change where they're going to be drafted come the NFL draft. So let us know, big fella, who's on your top list there.
It's not necessarily who for me. It's a group for me. Since our Hall of Famer retired, I'm like, man, I'm sure the Cowboys is going to draft a offensive lineman this season, and I want to see the group. I want to see who has the footwork, the hand, the strength, because you know in the NFL, man, you can be 6'7", 300 pounds, but if you can't move anybody, it doesn't mean anything, right? So, you know, I always pay attention to the big boys in the combine. They're my favorite. I'm always going to show them love. I really want to see who's benching the most. You know, that 225, how many times you can push it up. If you can get close to Larry Allen, I'm drafting him. You know? So that's what I'm looking for. And actually, people people don't realize that 40 is important for the big boys too. And the reason it's important is because the trapping and the pulling and everything that the big guys got, they got to have great footwork. So if you can get a sub 40 guy as an offensive lineman or right there at 5'1", 5'2", man, that's just perfect for me. So for me personally, I'm all in on the big fellas.
I got a question for you, just to kind of piggyback off your answer a little bit. As far as the 40, I know the 40, it's kind of the main event that everybody wants to watch. Like, you tune in for the 40, but what is it? The 10-yard shuttle? Is that what it is? The 10-yard shuttle? I feel like that has quite a bit of merit, especially for the bigger guys, because if you're fast within those, 10 yards, I'm not really expecting my big guy to be down there with my running back once we hit 20 or 30 yards, or at least I hope not, unless he's some fucking Madden created player. But I think that 10-yard shuttle is something that I really like to look at when you get the defensive and offensive linemen.
On the 40, you want to see the 10-yard and the 20-yard split.
Right.
Okay, what the time is in those 10 and 20 yards, because it's going to tell you their explosiveness and everything, how they can get off the ball and everything like that. And then they do a cone drill for the big fellas, like a pull trap drill, everything like that. Man, you're just working on footwork, because back in the day, we used to just try to get a guy on the ground and you're fine. But now, offensive lineman, you got to keep your feet because you got to reach the next level, so you hardly ever see an offensive lineman on the ground anymore, because they always combo blocking and reaching to the next level. So that acquires speed. Even you see centers pulling now, coming around the corner. So you got to be an athletic guy playing at 300 pounds in the NFL.
So what's more important there? Is it the high jump, or the vertical jump, or the long jump, to show that power as well?
For a big guy, it's more that broad jump.
The broad jump,
because broad. The leaping is more, to me, that's more of an athletic thing. Like, I can dunk a basketball. I don't give a damn if you can dunk a basketball. I want to see if you can knock somebody out. So yeah, I think it's more the broad jump. The one who our cornerback that we had drafted,
Byron Jones.
Byron Jones, yeah, he
holds
had
the
that
record.
explosive, broad jump, right?
Yeah, holds the record.
Really, I think the Cowboys drafted him just because of that.
He was a workout warrior.
Yeah, workout warrior. But sometimes those workout warriors don't work out on the field.
Yeah.
I'm always, man, guys, it's just me. I'm a believer in watching the game. I don't want to watch a clip. I will watch a whole game of a person, right? Because to me, you're gonna get if he's 100 all the time, or does he take some plays off or anything like that. Anybody can be workout warriors because they train to go to the workouts.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They train. They pay people to train them to work out, get the best combine numbers. But that tape on the field don't lie. So I'm more important on game film than working out anyway.
Well, Chris, that's why we end up by the end of draft season have about 100 favorite players, because we only watch like the very heavily edited highlight videos, and you can fall in love with every single player that you watch in those. You watch one of those of just all their best plays, and you're like, this guy's the best player I've ever seen.
I'm the worst for it. I'm like, I start swooning over my guys. I got my draft darlings, as I like to call them.
You're Jackson Dart. Add the Jackson Dart guy this offseason so far.
Hey, I could give you a nice little video of me in 1988 at McMurray College in Abilene, Texas. Man,
Please.
I was a beast.
Fucking send it over. What are you doing?
We will be pushing to draft
Chris,
you, big fella.
If you have that raw footage,
please send it to us.
Send it over. We're making you a
hype reel,
a draft highlights reel for the 2025 NFL draft.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is done and buried. You probably that'll never reach the light.
Even if you have it on tape, send it over, because I got a bunch of converters, because your boy can get that up. You know what I'm saying?
It was on that reel to reel thing. Yeah. It wasn't even.
Hey, I have one of those. No lie, I got one of those.
Chris, if you have it, we will make it work.
No, I think that's a really good, well, not a good wrench, but it's a thought we all have to consider now. The retirement of Zach Martin, which I was expecting, to be honest. I think I might have even said it 2 years ago, like he could have potentially hung his cleats up last year, decided to come back. I was hoping I was I was wrong, and you could just keep kind of playing these 1-year deals with him until we won a Super Bowl with him.
Wheels were coming off.
Wheels were coming off, and so that's true. It adds another kind of major hole. There are some, I think, at least with the offensive line, you want the depth, so I don't love the idea of just relying on what we have. But I think at least on the O-line, there is, because of some of the pieces that we've had around the team for a long time, there are some chess pieces you can move to fill out a line and potentially be competent on paper. But I don't necessarily trust that now going in the draft. And now my head's spinning because I wanted running back, defensive tackle, wide receiver, whatever order, just give me the BPA type of person there. And now you throw the necessity for a guard or center, depending on, I don't know, does BP decide
left tackle might even be there too.
Well,
like I know we went first overall pick or first round pick with them, but
we'll just say an O-line guy.
O-line guy, I think. I think you just have to bet the BPA down to an O-line guy at some point in the top 3 rounds might be an option.
Because our first round mock last night, we took Banks, the tackle from Texas first.
Calvin Banks out of Texas.
We traded out of the 12th pick to the 14th pick and picked up a second, third. We drafted Banks, and then in the 3rd round we drafted Scatterboo.
Did you draft him with that third?
We drafted Scatterboo with the 2nd round pick.
With the 2nd round pick, who did you draft with the second, third that you picked up, or did you trade that one too?
Third with the wide receiver from TCU, the big kid.
Beck. Beck?
Yeah. Beck. Yeah. We drafted him.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't mind that type of scenario either. And the more you look at it, and we're going to see what happens in the combine really with who can make those 5 spot jumps with their performance. And then it's like, okay, this guy who was, we could trade back 2 spots and potentially get this guy, but he's 10 spots back. But if he can move himself up, now this trade looks a little bit better for us. And I know that's silly because if you think he's the guy and you think he has the skill, then who gives a shit what everyone else thinks about the quality of the pick, right?
I think the only way is if you think you can secure him and pick up something else.
That's what I mean.
That's the only time.
Yeah.
Because you're right. If you think he's going to go in the next 5 before you trade back, then you don't care that you're taking him early compared to people. It's like Travis Frederick in whatever year, 2012 or whatever year he was drafted. It's like the Cowboys drafted him and everyone beat that. Like everyone hated that pick, but they saw something with him and it worked out very nicely.
Day one starter.
Day one starter.
And I miss him every day.
The only reason he didn't end up being in Hall of Fame without a doubt is because he got Gillian Bears syndrome. I want to say it's called, and freak thing, and it kind of got him out of the league. But big fella, before we move on, I got to ask you, who was it between Calvin Banks and who was the other arguments for you guys, just to give us a little info on what we might have to do later on tonight.
Royals was one.
Well, no,
not in the first. Not in the first.
Oh, sorry. Right. I was thinking the wide receivers.
No, Genty.
Genty. Okay. Oh, wow. So you guys went. Okay, Genty was there, and you guys took the
only reason because we on our show we said we had to be unanimous, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a unanimous. Everybody has to agree. I was the guys on my show. This drives me crazy. Everybody say you can always get a running back later in the draft. My thing is, if you have an opportunity to get the best in the draft, why wouldn't you get the best in the draft? Is Genty the best running back in the draft?
Yeah.
If he's there at 12, why wouldn't the Cowboys take him? If he's the best player at the best position, why wouldn't you take him? But on our show, they were like, man, it's so many. But the left tackles and the offensive linemen, they were coming off the board pretty quick. So the best offensive player on the line was Banks from Texas. So we traded back. So we was trying to pick up picks for the Trey Lance crap and all that, and the Mingo crap.
Right.
So we traded back only 2 spots, and the very next pick, Genty went.
Yeah. Well, I'll say two things on this. One, he's not going to be there at 12. I would bet. I don't know if you can bet on drafting, but I 100% do not think he's going to be there. And two, the guys in the Can Fan stewed here, we are full believers that if you can get the best player at a position, then there's no trading back. You probably should take the best player. And I think that goes for me if anyone fell back, and if say it was Genty and another player that was the best at his personal position, Mason Graham falls back, right? Mason Graham falls back with Genty. I'm taking Mason Graham, right? They're the best player at each position, but the only reason I'm not going with the best running back is because I don't think we'll get as good as a defensive tackle later on in the draft.
Yes.
That's my only way that I'm supplanting the best running back in the draft, if that makes sense.
Let me rebut on that, okay?
Okay,
Remember when they drafted Zeke, okay?
Loved it.
Zeke was the best running back on the board, right? Then Zeke changed the whole Cowboys offense. He changed it. It was like night and day. We couldn't run the ball past 2 yards, okay? They drafted Zeke, and that's when Dak Prescott was at his best, when we have a running game. Y'all know this, okay? We don't want Dak to throw the ball 40 times. We want Dak to throw it between 25 and 30 times a game, because that means the Cowboys are punching you in the mouth and they're running the ball, right?
Yep.
So my theory is always to help number 4. Let's help number 4, because number 4 is going to help us, okay? So that was my thing. But we went with the offensive lineman, and I was happy because, I'm always going to support the big fellas.
Yep.
So the 300-pound club is alive here, okay? So I'm always going to protect them. So that's why I'm all about this, man. I'm the old school football player, man. If we threw the ball in 10 times a game, we threw it too much, right? It was all about being tough and see who you can push around. And that's why I hope the Cowboys can get back to that similar, because think about it. Our identity on offense is CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Honestly.
Yeah. And well, unfortunately, I'm not saying you're wrong. The other half of that, Chris, is the other identity of the Cowboys offense is Dak can't get it done in the playoffs. So we've got a rock and a hard place there.
Well, just on the Genty thing and the running back, I just want to bring up a comment from R2J2.
You haven't even shouted.
I tried to shout chat. When we have a guest on, I try to be a little bit limited. Chat's on fire tonight. There's a lot of good conversation. Got a lot of our regulars in the chat right now. Brent Packer guy, R2J2, Rolando Rodriguez, Wally.
Just our fucking stable.
It's our stable. Yeah, Stephen White's in the house. But I want to bring up R2J2. Now, bear in mind, he is crack him if you got him.
Yeah, toss me one too.
Toss him if you got him. Yeah, grab me one too there, son. He is an Eagles fan, so take this. Of course, he doesn't want us to draft Genty, but he says the only reason you go Genty is if you lost faith in Rico Dowdle, which I disagree with. Even if we re-sign Rico Dowdle, we have to be picking up a top 3-round running back. We want. I actually probably would even be fine with picking someone in the first, second, or third, and then someone also in the later rounds.
What the fuck did he think about the Detroit Lions taking Gibbs? He's the guy that would have been like, oh yeah, that was a terrible pick, and then Gibbs goes out and is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
I want them to sign. I want Rico back.
Yes.
Want him back.
We all want Rico back.
We're Rico boys.
And get a running back.
Totally.
Because that 1-2 punch, oh my God. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, I think again,
I wasn't trying to mock anyone in chat.
No, but listen,
a little heated. Okay, I'm sorry.
Listen, R2J2, he's an Eagles guy. He's coming off of a fucking super brow. So who
just sitting back?
Oh, that's R2J2?
Yeah, R2J2.
Oh, I didn't know who you were saying. I need his R2J2. I didn't mean to come at you like that, bro.
Hey, and just what I don't have my sound effects up because we have Chris on here, but hey yo, Nate Dogg has
Nate Dogg's finally getting over the what did the Niners went
5-4?
Something
They didn't finish the season.
Nate's just crawling out of his fucking Super Bowl hangover. Or no, sorry, his NFL hangover. Nate Dogg, what's up?
Nate Dogg says, survey says the big man is right. That's how you build a team. Get him a job in the league.
So this is one of my more favorite quotes from John Harbaugh. I believe it's John. He says, his quote is, if I asked you the question, like, what position group depends on no other position group to be good, but every other position group depends on them to be good, it's the offensive line. So essentially, if you can get a dominant offensive line and you invest capital into that, the theory is that will pay off in dividends for the entire team. Whereas if you invest heavily on the defensive side of the ball, it's not necessarily going to pay off as much because it can be, I guess the O-line just can.
Well, they proved, the Cowboys proved that.
Yeah.
Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin. Those were all first-round picks, right? And they were beast. And sure, they didn't have the postseason success that we all wanted, but they were monsters, those guys.
Hey, AJ, I got a question for you. Why did Saquon Barkley go to Philadelphia? It wasn't for the money. Why did he go there?
Bunch of dogs on that line.
Kellen Moore. It was Kellen Moore.
No, because they had the offensive line in the NFL.
Yeah.
They had the best.
And that was after Kelsey leaving, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they're mean. That Philly line is fucking something else.
Speaking of the Phillies, so R2J2 says, you didn't, don't worry, we good. That's him responding to you.
Thank you.
But then he also says, just giving an opinion from an opponent, and to be honest, I want and I expect the Eagles to trade out of the first unless a stud edge falls to 32.
That's not a bad idea. If you could catch someone who sees a guy on the board the last day and they're like, we are not waiting till tomorrow, you might be able to
have FOMO?
Yeah,
just some serious FOMO.
Serious FOMO.
I need to get in there.
Or like, you know how we're human, so it's like I'd rather get this guy and go to sleep knowing we have him than wake up tomorrow and have to try to do this. So you could get a little bit, a little bit extra there. And
I mean, what would you give for what would you expect for the 32 pick in the first round?
It all depends how many spots you're moving up
and who's there that you think is gold. But I think I would
maybe we'll try to trade into the 32nd spot tonight.
I would try not to give anything for this season higher than a third, but I bet you'd have to package like a fourth and a third next season or something. 32 is
just because it's the last
first round pick, so you probably are gonna give up something.
All right, we've talked a lot about draft. Let's get into some fucking headlines. Crack them if you got them, AJ. Get them in, you kid. Get them in, you son. What do we got going on for some headlines?
Well, it's that Stephen Jones, selectively aggressive in free agency. That's
well, if you end up going into the IG there, I did send the clip of it.
Okay,
just to give a little bit of reference.
Let me bring that up.
But of course, last season we kind of made a joke about it earlier here. Last season, going into the season, it was the all in, right? Jerry saying we're all in, we're gonna go all in, we're gonna go all in, and that was kind of everyone's catchphrase essentially at the Dallas Cowboys this year. And I feel like this is going to be the one going into the season this year, being selectively aggressive. If shit doesn't pan out, get ready to hear a lot of people saying, well, at least the Cowboys were selectively aggressive. Get ready for it. I'm calling it right now. And Chris, at what point do we just want these guys to stop talking to people?
All right. I'm going to try not to rant.
No, rant. Please rant. Please rant. Please rant.
Okay. The Dallas Cowboys front office used to be one of my favorite parts of the Cowboys because Jerry was really aggressive back in the day. Whatever it took. Hey, let me go get Charles Haley. Let me go get Dion. Let me go get T.O. I need this so my team can get over. That aggressive team now is another team that just won a Super Bowl in your own damn division. And all you do is talk about all in and selective aggressive, which I still don't know what the hell that means. I guess is when I go home, I get into bed and say, hey, honey. Yes, I can do. So I think Steven is doing the same thing. I don't understand selective aggressive. That means basically I'm not going to sign any free agents unless they're my own, maybe. Maybe I'll sign Osa Odigizua. Maybe I'll sign Jordan Lewis, but anybody else that's not already a Cowboy, I'm not going to be too aggressive. And I think it's a big mistake. I think it's a mistake because you saw what happened last season when the Cowboys had opportunities to get better and they decided not to. They had an opportunity to get Patrick Queen at linebacker.
Frankie Louvu.
Woo-Voo at linebacker. They had opportunity to get Derrick Henry at running back. They had a lot of opportunities to improve their team because they decided to be selective, aggressive when they signed their own players. They missed out on a lot.
Yeah, man. And AJ, don't play this yet because I think you got a clip of Michael Keaton. That's Michael Keaton, right?
This is him at the premiere of Flash, the Flash movie when all the Batmans. Before we play, I just wanted to say, okay, play the clip, and I'll say my comment about selectively aggressive after this. Fuck goes.
We're going to look at everything we can. We're going to be selectively aggressive. We obviously, there's things in this league you have to.
Fucking guy starts smiling as soon as he says it. Hey,
because he sees somebody.
We're going to be selectively aggressive. We obviously, there's things in this league you have to. You have certain amount of resources they allow you to have, and we'll look at that. But we're going to try to improve our football team. Not try. We're going to improve our football team. And
there you go. That's the only thing I liked that he said.
We expect to have success next year.
This is all I'm going to say is with the all-in thing. Jerry Jones then backpedaled and said, "Well, we did go all in. We signed Dak and CD." It's like
that's not what we want.
That's not fucking all in.
That's
dude.
not what
That's
we want.
signing those guys and then going and getting a fucking linebacker and a running back.
Signing those guys are expectations.
Exactly.
Re-signing them or extending them.
That's
is
not all in.
Well,
that's not all in.
Right. Perhaps it's like, well, maybe we need to get Jerry to bring out his dictionary of what his terms mean, because he also uses glory hole in a different way than most people.
But that's like the dick through the hole, right?
Yeah. Well, but I'm just saying he's just trying to gaslight everyone and say, oh, well, there's no improvement if you just sign guys who were on the team last year who were stars on the team. Just signing them is not going all in because it's not changing a damn thing. It's like that's bare minimum.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's not throwing the team away. Ad, you said you were going to say what you thought about selectively aggressive.
Selectively aggressive is every fucking team, in a sense, needs to be selectively aggressive for the positions or the players that they're trying to go for. Like,
yes,
hey, we're losing Zach Martin. Well, we should be aggressive at replacing that position.
And you selected to be aggressive at guard.
So, but you don't need to say that.
Yeah, and that should be what you're doing.
Because you look across the table, and I'm looking at the Commanders and the Eagles. Eagles will probably be aggressive, even if they don't need to be. The Commanders are going to be aggressive. Like when they're not going to say we're going to be selectively all in aggressive this year. Like
they're just going to do it.
Eagles realize that they have, a year of this maybe before they're going to have to make some major changes to the team. So they are 100% willing to go all in to get a second Super Bowl, and then just you could sit back for probably 5 years without anyone even complaining.
They're going to be selectively aggressive on going all in.
Yes. But and same with Washington too. Weren't far off. They have the quarterback. They had that young ass quarterback back there. It's like now is the time that you kind of
capitalize on it.
Cap hell shouldn't be a question at this point, right? Cap hell is a question when you got like a Deshaun Watson contract, or one of those contracts where it's like, well, that was the biggest fucking mistake of our lives, and now we literally can't do anything for the next 2 years. Big in free agency. But I don't like it. And he chose to say selectively aggressive, because if he would have said we're going to be aggressive, I think he knows like, oh, that's going to set off some fucking alarms too.
All you need to say is, look, we have a lot of players.
Say we're going to make the team better this year.
Yeah, which you did.
Cut everything. I know. Cut everything out in between.
Our job is to make the team better this year. We have a lot of players that are about to go to free agency. So now we need to make sure that we're aggressive at filling those holes.
The glory holes.
Chris, sorry, big fella. This is now just a regular Can Fan podcast. And again,
Chris is here. Fuck, Chris, big fella. How you've been hearing the bullshit from the Jones family way fucking longer than us. I said this before we listened to anything. At what point do you just want them to shut the hell up?
Every time they talk. Every time they open their mouth, I'll be like, come on, bro.
Hey, I'm all in on that.
Man, it's like you get exhausted trying to defend your own freaking team, about the things that they say. And you always got to read between the lines. And I'm like this. I don't want to read between the lines. I just want to read what's on the damn paper. I don't need to read between the lines. Tell me what you mean what you say, and do what you say you're gonna do. And the Cowboys is always trying to talk in metaphors and shit. I'm sorry, Chris, and things, and it just drives me absolutely freaking batty. You know, I just don't know, man. You know, with my years in these Cowboys in the game, man, and I was one of those. Hey, man, I was a big Jerry guy. I was a big Jerry guy into this year. He actually turned me. You know, with the radio interview about trying to get the guy fired. After that, I have not been a Jerry fan, and you can't tell anybody what to do with their own business. But when your business is based on fans to pay you and buy things and make you very rich, and so you can get yachts and helicopters and things, sometimes it's okay to listen to people who's purchasing your memorabilia and everything to keep your team afloat.
Yeah, look at your wall. Look at the wall behind you. Look at this. Look at the studio shot here. We're the biggest. Are we the biggest idiots by just continuing to shove money in this motherfucker's pockets?
Yep.
Yeah, well, we buy our jerseys not secondhand, but on a fake website. So suck it. Are we allowed to say that, or will we get rated?
We're gonna get rated.
Now, Adam, I got something to say. I got something to say, Adam. Well, we're about 40 minutes into this show, and I'm so disappointed in AJ. I've done something special for him.
I seen it.
Don't even know.
I seen it. We saw it when you did your intro. I seen the AT&T Stadium hat. I was like, are me and Chris brothers now? Are we the best tag team in Cowboys Nation? I think so. And I love it.
It's
your hat. That's my
hat.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't know that was your own?
No! I was like, Chris bought an AT&T hat.
No, and he didn't notice it. He didn't notice, and I was going like this.
Yes,
and
I did.
Oh,
I noticed but in fairness, I noticed it like 1 minute before you did that.
Yeah, because Chris
and I was like, I'm not going to stall the show to
Chris
bring
and I
that
were
up,
talking. I said we were like, I wonder how long it'll take AJ to note, and because he didn't notice right away, and we're already like 10 or 15 minutes in, I was like, oh, I'll point it out. So you thought, it's even better. He didn't think
it was his.
So backstory:
when
when we were at the San Francisco game,
Chris.
we traveled out. Big fella moved from the DFW over to San Fran, but he's
can't call that. It's Frisco or San Francisco. Sorry.
Had a lovely time hanging out with big fella. And just
from what we remember,
but it's tradition. Whenever we go visit big fella, AJ loses a hat.
Yep.
And sure enough, Chris is wearing AJ's AT&T Stadium hat.
Well, I'm happy that it's done better, and I'm so happy that your boy there, your pupper,
your fucking dog,
correct me if you got him, enjoyed my Michael Jordan vintage cap. That one was special to me, but if anyone was gonna take it from me, I'm happy it was your pupper. So
I hate to say it, nobody took it from you. You left it in a rainstorm in the back.
I threw it out and I emptied my guts.
No, yeah, he walked outside and he ripped out of anything. He ripped his hat off and he threw it.
For some reason, couldn't have anything on him.
Yeah.
But Chris was saying, I'll just say this because it's now been 35 minutes of looking at Chris. Actually, Chris and I have been together since 5:30
Pacific Standard Time.
And Chris is like, I don't like wearing the dad hats or the curved brim hat. He's a flat brim guy.
It looks good.
I think it looks fucking good on you, dog. I think it looks fucking sweet. It's a vibe, as the kids say.
Chris J.
I was wearing it just like Ant. I got that same hat Ant got on, and then the one behind Ant's left shoulder. I wore that today at work.
That has Jerry Jones' signature on it, by the way.
Yeah. So look, I'm a big guy with a big face, and with curved brims make my face look just makes it look huge, bro. So I was wearing it long enough so AJ could, realize I had on his hat. It's still been in my car since when was he in the Niner game?
End of October.
End of October.
October, yeah.
6 months, 7 months ago.
It was still in the same spot where he sat in the back seat.
Where he fell asleep.
Yeah, where we all fell asleep.
I know. Look, I know it's in good hands, and it looks good on you. I'll sign it next time I come down. How's that?
Brent.
Should I put it on the wall, guys?
Yeah.
You should put it on the wall. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, I would personally be honored. You can remove one of your, there you go.
Anth can't see this, but Chris is removing. Okay. We're getting behind baseball here. Chris's inner workings of how he sets his hats up. He's not used to setting up a dad hat on his racks.
I don't know you know what? For the show, Chris, it looks good. There we go.
Yeah, Chris hat game is on point.
I know there's just so many. And you know what? I won't be offended when you move that because it's drooping.
Yeah. Just like AJ, when you stack AJ up against a bunch of sturdy men, it's saggy just like that, just so you know.
Wow, shots fired.
But not Vladimir AJ. The Russian AJ is very strong.
Yeah, Rush J is very strong. Ruski J.
I've still yet to meet that guy. He sounds fun.
You don't want to.
Usually shows up when I'm AWOL.
What do we got here, Wade J?
Well, another thing that's kind of intriguing for me was this report card. I think all these little details can tell you a little bit of how the players think about the organization. And there's kind of some nice standouts in the rankings that I'd like to just bring up with you guys and chat about them quickly. So Cowboys ranked 10th out of 32 teams. If you just divide 10 by 32, it's like 69%, which is nice, baby. But that's a C+.
Yeah.
So at least they're top 10. I expect the Cowboys to be much higher than 10th. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not loving the 10th out of 32 teams. But the biggest thing that I, from the breakdown that I heard, really like that the treatment of families is up there.
Yep.
Food and dining, that's a tough one because it could be kind of what you grew up with based, right? And maybe not everyone what they're cooking in Dallas, it might not be your favorite. But a B+, I think you're satisfying a lot of people. But moving down, the biggest thing is the training room with a C, 27th out of 32, and training staff with a C, 30th out of 32. That's surprising to me because that's nothing to do with cap. That's just, Jerry, are you spending money on your football team? And to see the training room staff and the training room get such a low grade.
Well, let's
make it make sense to quote our buddy Barry Grant Jr.
Yeah, make it make sense. So 27th out of 32 teams. So let's just read some of this here. 75% of the Cowboys players feel they have enough full-time trainers, ranking them 30 out of 32 teams.
30 out of 32?
Which means that
they're
more than 75% on other
second
teams.
last.
Yeah.
60% of the players feel they have enough full-time physical therapists. 95% of the players feel
that's the last place.
Yeah, 32. So, but that's weird. 60, but the players feel they have enough full-time.
So the good teams have
61 is 31.
Yeah, or 90% is one.
Is one.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I'm just reading the stats out for people so we have our audio listeners can feel.
Well, let's just say last place.
They're last.
But like in terms of like how do you rank them? So that's why I was reading this. This breaks down like what they're ranking, what accumulates this training.
No, the only reason I was calling out on that one because they're just that one the percentages work good in every other one, but they're 32 out of 32.
Yeah.
In full-time physical therapists.
So 60%.
What is physical the rapists?
You can't say that. You can't say that. We got blacklisted.
No, that's like there. that's Celebrity Jeopardy.
I know.
But let me ask you, Chris, is that something that you don't like to see, or are you like whatever? It's just I mean, I expect this out of, I don't know, Washington,
Jacksonville.
Cowboys, though, they're supposed to be the best sports association in the world.
Should be 1, 4, 2,
top 5, top 8.
Well, they got the best facilities. Because you got the best facilities don't mean you got the best people in there. I mean, I think it was they were 32nd last year also.
That's
so
brutal.
they still hadn't even improved. I just think it's just not important to their organization to have the best training staff, apparently, because I've heard players say that, about their training staff and things like that. I know Cowboy Corner had a stat last year about players coming off soft tissue injuries that the Cowboys training staff was the worst in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean,
and
that
training staff is 30th. They have 72% of players report that they receive enough one-on-one training treatment. That's 29th out of 32nd. And second last in the players feel that their training staff slightly contributes to their overall. Slightly.
You have one of the most
slightly.
You have one of the biggest sports franchise, the #1 sports franchise
in the world of every sport,
out of everything. That should be number one. Like that,
all of it should be. Well, they should be bare minimum. Okay, maybe you slip in a couple things. Top 15 and everything.
Yes.
Like 15 should be embarrassing. 32 is asinine. That shouldn't even be a fucking option.
Well, Jerry Jones is old school because when they look at the strength training, it's AAA. So he's like, hey, I want my boys tough, but I don't give a shit about this pliability. What do you think? We got a bunch of fucking Tom Brady's out here? Go ahead, bunch of pussies. You may rehab yourself. Have some salt.
Well, I'm going to get some rehab right here. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Dark cherry. Drip hard seltzer.
Yeah, so I think the training room is just that should be a concern. And here's why I think this matters is because if I'm a player in a free agency, and Chris, I was very close to making it to the NFL with no with no college experience. You know this very well. You see me out there rolling. You've seen my groundwork when I'm rolling on the ground.
Your slants and comebacks?
My slants and comebacks. But that would be something that I'd look at if I was a free agent is like, I don't know how much I'd weigh this at the end of the day, but it's certainly if I'm coming down to a 50-50 kind of coin toss between two places and I see your training staff fucking sucks and this place has 15th ranked, and I'd be expect the Cowboys
especially if you're an older player.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, man, like I don't know. What's drawing? The Cowboys don't have enough drawing people to the organization at this point in the history of Dallas to warrant anyone being like, I will take less to go play for the Dallas Cowboys. There's not enough potential. There's not enough. I honestly think that the wearing the star on your chest doesn't have that much meaning for a lot of these younger players now because it's so far past when they came into the NFL. Like they're past the 90s. They're in the 2000 Cowboys now, these young guys coming in, right? And so I'm just like I kind of feel worried about how the Cowboys' ability to get free agents after seeing this.
Well, yeah, that's what R2J2 says is like you're kind of keeping away free agents. Starstruck in chat says maybe that speaks volumes for all the injuries last season. It'd actually be interesting to see.
Or the recurring injuries.
Yes.
Trevon Diggs.
Yeah, so the teams that have the poorest rating on here, let's say the last 8 teams or 10 teams, I wonder if that correlates with injured players, like if there's like that
reoccurring injuries too.
Yeah, so that would be an interesting thing to break down and look at. But I mean,
it will also be a lot of the hidden shit that we wouldn't see. It would be the stuff like, hey, I'm fucking banged up this week, but all the training staff is taken up with 5 or 6 other guys, whatever. So now I'm not getting the treatment I need right away. I'm having to wait a week, and you've got 4 days to prepare, waiting 24 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm coming up with a scenario that I don't even know if is real in my head.
Is there a cap space for trainers and training staff? Like, is it
no? Well, that's what AJ said.
I know,
and you both kind of touched on like this point of AJ was saying there's no cap space, and then you were saying that they're the most profitable fucking sports franchise in the world.
Yep.
Come on, where's it not making sense here? It just comes down to not wanting to spend on it. That's it. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, nothing else was bad except for that. Like, B's, B minus, whatever. We can that could just be some sour grapes or something specific that like we don't see in there that they don't like. But the training room specifically for me stood out as like scary.
They're probably the Joneses are probably thinking, well, I think our training staff is pretty good. Like we've had them for a while. Look, let me just pull over this player right here and ask, how do you think our training staff? Oh, good. Yeah, see, they're good. I don't know where this report's coming from. It's a bunch of bularchy.
Bularchy?
Bularchy. Yeah.
Have you heard, Chris? Did Adam pick that up from you in the half hour before our podcast?
No. Hey, but since your guys are Americans now, he can pick up anything.
Whoa,
Chris.
Chris. I will dive with maple syrup and poutine all over my beard.
Are you trying to take our ketchup chips, Chris? You're trying to take our ketchup chips away?
Hey, Chris, I'm actually not too mad if I get that U.S.
2025, the battle of ketchup chips.
We're just gonna
maybe I can get some of that seltzer down here, the drip seltzer you got.
Oh,
hey, thanks for
good call.
Not if we become the 51st states, because right now it's only available in Canada.
Yeah. So if y'all the 51st state, I could get it.
Hey,
at least then I could buy some guns.
Before we hop into this mock draft and we can reiterate
mock drafting time. Nice.
So I do have
I
one.
want you to go. I want you to. I think this would be a great time. You go and hit all the. I know you've been edging.
I've been edging all day.
It's time to release.
Time to jump.
Time to release.
Time to jump without your parachute.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. So this,
just let it go.
I've been bringing up a lot. I've been bringing up a lot of the comments as I can, but there is one that I want to talk about quickly here, which might be a good segue into our mock draft. Rolando Rodriguez says, Cowboys fan, move BB to right guard and Hoffman to center. Just need a veteran swing tackle. Cheers, crack him if you got him. That's from an earlier comment he made where he was saying, Cowboys fan, what's up from Texas? Just join the chat. Beers emoji. Cheers, crack him if you got him.
Of course.
Did you hear that BB is moving to right guard? Go Cowboys. So I just wanted to kind of, as we talk about Zach Martin retiring, we talked about the top of the show. Who do we have team members who are going to fill that hole? And how does that play into how we're drafting tonight? Big fella, since it's the offensive line, I want to hear from you. Do you take Hoffman and put him at center?
Well, and Big fella has an in with Hoffman.
Exactly.
With the Cowboy Up podcast. So he's very versed on this.
This is unfair because I wanted Brock to start at center last year. I wanted BB to play guard. I wanted Tyler to move out to tackle. And I thought that would have been our best offensive line. My thing is, you forget about TJ Bass played a hell of a, second half of the season too, because, when BB got hurt and Hoffman had to play center, TJ Bass went to guard. And actually, the Cowboys didn't miss a beat. They actually played pretty well. So that's one thing the Cowboys have done pretty well is their backup offensive linemen have played really well. Remember when a backup came in for the Cowboys offensive line, you just like, oh shit.
It used to be loss. It used to be a loss.
You're just like, oh man, how many times Dak is going to eat the turf? But they have improved. So I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, I still love it. Long as Brock is in the starting lineup to me, because we call him on our show Mr. Nasty Time. So if you ever seen that movie Friday, he tell his girl, "Hey, it's Mr. Nasty Time." so Brock.
That's funny. We call AJ that.
Yeah, because you see in the highlights, Brock is always starting a fight. Even when we interviewed him, he said in training camp that Sam Williams and Beatrice fight, he started it. He said if it's a fight on the field and the Cowboys are on offense, 99.9% of the time he started it. So anybody that got attitude like that on the offensive line, I'm all for it. I love the nasty offensive line, the mean Eric Williams type former Cowboys. If you don't remember him, the only one who dominated Reggie White ever, So, hey, man, that's what I like. I just like big, nasty guys. You can be nice and have a beer like we always do, but when it's time to punch somebody in the mouth, I want somebody knocked the fuck out.
Hell yeah.
Big fella just got me. We're taking 5 offensive linemen. Let's just find. I don't care about anything other than mean players. Yeah, hell yeah, big fella.
Well, I gotta. So with the new offensive line coach and having Clayton Adams come in, how do you feel that the offensive line plus the offensive line, but also the offensive run game is going to happen? Do you think we're going to see an improvement on that, big fella?
I am very optimistic because our player personnel director on the Cowboy podcast is a Cardinals fan, and he was sad that we lost, that they lost him. He said, Chris, you're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. He said, I actually wanted him to be our head coach.
Wow.
Okay. And this was from a Cardinals fan. So he is our offensive coordinator and our offensive line coach. I think this is going to be a big improvement. I think it's one of the best hires in the coaching staff that the Cowboys did.
Wow. Guys, just on that too, with this new staff, what's the expectations here going into the season without knowing free agency, without knowing the draft?
Yes! 17-0 in a Super Bowl trophy.
We are back, Chris. We are so back.
It's the offseason, baby.
Anthony, you're wrong. 19-0 Super Bowl.
Thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me, Chris.
Woo, we just got spanked.
You got mollywopped,
I'm okay with that. The only person I'll let mollywop me and spank me is Big Fella.
Anything else from Chad here? Or?
R2J2, who's an Eagles fan, says, I just looked at the Eagles report card, training staff, B+, training room, B- to give comparison.
Yeah, well, fuck those guys.
Well,
they also have to live in Philadelphia.
So. I know, and you know what?
Sorry, R2J2, we're friends, I swear.
R2J2, though, a B+ in Philly? That's gotta be an A+ in Dallas.
And then just people in the chat were also talking about the all the rule changes and stuff. And when we were talking about how good the line was for the Eagles, they're talking about banning the tush push. Do we think what kind of changes do we think? That's
I'll be so mad if they ban that. That's so dumb.
I'll be pissed off. I'll be pissed off.
Same.
Man, it's a man's sport. And if you can't stop it, that's your fault, bro.
Yep.
You know, it's football. Football started from fucking rugby.
Yep.
It's a rugby play. That's all it is a rugby play. It's a scrum. Who can get lower and who can push. And that's all it is. If anybody banned the tush push, and this is coming from a Cowboy fan, you're fucking soft.
Totally.
You're soft.
I 100% agree. The only thing I could see is that they try to rework a rule that's already in the book and make it cover that. But regardless, I have the same intensity there, Chris.
Yeah.
Beat it then.
Yeah,
Figure out how to fucking beat it.
You know what I loved? Watching Washington Frankie Louvu diving over the fucking top, trying to stop it. If this is the NFL is a game where you find on offense something that works, and then it's up to defensive coaches and defensive strategists and GMs to draft players that can be in place to fucking stop it. You want to stop it as a NFC East team? Draft big motherfuckers to put in the middle of your defense.
Yeah, I guess you need
fucking weigh them.
I guess you need a 340-pound DT nose tackle there to fucking.
They figured something out.
Yeah,
figure something out to stop it. You know, if they ban it, fuck that. That's bullshit. I would be, even though I know it sucks to watch, and you're like, fuck, the tush push is coming up. They have made the perfect team to be able to do it.
Yep.
So
don't let them get within 3 yards. Then.
Yeah, don't stop them.
And then just the last chat comment before we get it right into this draft here. It's just a tag on the Hoffman. Star Trek says, love Hoffman's crazy demeanor, but can he handle 17+ games at center? Big fellow, what's the inside scoop on Hoffman and his 17+ game endurance?
He's a fucking football player.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
He's not a running back. He's not a wide receiver. Offensive lineman average over 10 years in the NFL. Okay, he hadn't started, but maybe 15 games in his career, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, 17 games is nothing. You know,
fucking light work.
Man, you know, to me, the best offensive lineman to me is after year 10, 11. 12, dude. They got all their leverage and everything. Just go and talk to Kelsey. He said he sucked when his first 5 years in the league, and he learned how to play. He learned how to get leverage and get strength and get and do things on the offensive line. And the older he got, the better he got.
Yeah.
So playing games and that doesn't mean nothing to me. I can care. They can play 30 games, and I want him starting all 30.
Hey, apparently not with our fucking C- training staff. I don't think we have the durability there, big fella. Don't think we have the durability, big fella. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's our mock draft version, motherfucking 3. Sorry, let me give you a clean intro there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a CanFan Dallas Cowboys mock draft version 3 with special guest Big Fella here. Anth, what's some of our rules and regulations today?
I don't know.
I got it.
I'm gonna default it to AJ because I don't know what we're doing for rules and regulations right now.
I've been thinking about this. And I think it's appropriate that, and because big fella, listening to your last podcast, which I suggest everyone go and check out the Cowboys Up podcast on YouTube. The last mock draft, you were kind of playing more of a sit back role. When you come on our show,
you're the main fucking attraction.
We are playing your trifecta, Will McClay, but you are going to be the Jerry Jones. You are in control of this ship. We're going to be able to try to sway you, but at the end of the day,
you sign the checks.
If big fella says, guys, shut the fuck up, this is the dude I want,
he would never say that.
He wouldn't say it, but if he did,
I would shut the fuck up.
Well, the only time he says it when he knows that everyone's trashing his GM skills, and he says, "I'm the fucking GM. I'm the fucking GM." So, big fella, how do you feel
but
about?
This would be our first one stepping back,
okay.
and then someone else coming in and making the final call.
So what we'll do then is we'll be your underlings. We'll do a lot of the talking at first. And
We're
then,
a salesman essentially. We're trying to sell our player.
Who's playing what position? I'm obviously playing Chris's son, aka Steven Batson Jones.
Okay, well, I will be
Shoddy.
Who's the
non-existent?
Who's the child Jones? That's always.
I'm
there.
Eberflus, baby.
Who's child Jones? That's always there.
The grandson Jones.
Yeah, grandson Jones.
John Stevens Jr.
Don
Stephen Jones Jr.
In Dallas, they call him Spalding.
Okay, I'll be Spalding. I'm Spalding Jones.
I'm Eberflus, baby. I'm all day Eberflus.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm always looking at it with the defensive mindset.
If you're Eberflus and Ada is
Steven,
then I will be who's the fuck?
Schottenheimer?
Shoddy.
If you're ever gonna play Schottenheimer, you better get a fucking visor out of from your trick.
We got to get our visor.
We need visors.
Hey, he starts winning some football games in Dallas.
If I'm Jerry, I got to go get some salt. I got to salt.
You got to salt yourself up.
Well, you wore the AT&T. You wore the AT&T hat for half of the fucking show, so that classifies you as Jerry Jones.
Okay, guys.
Right.
Okay, so is there? That's the only rule. Big fella says, big fella gets.
Big fella says, big fella gets.
Okay, I like it.
I did our same thing. I just put the public PFF board in the middle, left all the other settings the same on the old PFF.com board. We got a 7-round slow draft.
Now you have a 1-round draft.
Thank you, Ant.
Call him. Thank you, Eberflus.
Yeah,
Thanks, Eberflus.
I'm Eberflus. You talk to me.
Shoddy, you fucking idiot, Daddy. I'm sorry that Schottenheimer, your new coach, doesn't know how to set those rounds.
And now, Chris, big question for you.
You call him Jerry.
Jerry, big question for you. We are going into the first round. Do you want me to pause it at any time? You just let me know. You want me? We're gonna be rolling on slow because trades are open.
Okay,
trades are open.
Okay,
so,
trades are open. I like that.
Everyone ready?
I like that. I like that kind of party.
Welcome to the draft.
Let's go. Cat fan version 3. Let's go.
Okay, off the board.
Cam Ward.
Okay, here we go. Starting to
Let's do it. Cam Ward off the board first. Who's it going to be? Cam Ward, Cam Ward's
gone.
Cam Ward to the Tennessee Titans. The Travis Hunter to the Cleveland Browns. New York's on the clock. And they go Shadur Sanders at 3. New England's now taking Terrio McMillan. Now we got pick 5. Abdul Carter, a steal for the Jaguars. The fucking pick 6, the defensive interior Mason Graham. I'm losing it, boys. Will Campbell, tackle taken. Jahdae Barron, Texas, gone. CB. Luther Burden, the second wide receiver off the board. Edge rusher James Pierce Jr., Tennessee. And Mike Green to the hated San Francisco 49ers. Big fella.
So we got
a.k.a. Jerry.
And we got Ashton Genty and Tyler Warren there. Woof. This is kind of
Holy fuck. Jahad Campbell has skyrocketed on PFF's
Whoa!
mock draft. Holy shit.
And then there's a couple blue boys right there.
Wowzers. Chris, we're going to lead you out. What are you thinking with what we got here?
What do you want to see? There's no time restrictions.
If you want,
I'm the final. I want to hear y'all.
Okay.
Well, I mean, look, we talked about it already. I'm going to go easy, guys. Ashton Genty's there. We want to satisfy that halfback need. Me personally, I would actually prefer that Ashton Genty and Omarion Hampton are back to back, so then I wouldn't feel like I'm stepping back. Because I'd rather have Hampton. I'm sorry to say,
because you don't like the hype of Genty.
I don't like the hype. The hype is scaring me a little. It was fun in college, but now that we're pulling back the reality
AJ,
veil,
the second best rushing total in college football history. That's every person. It doesn't matter what team they played for, what division they played for. This cat has the second. The only person ahead of Genty in college football rushing yards in a season is Barry Sanders. One guy.
Oh, what did he ever fucking do?
What did he go? So that's all I'm saying. So I'm just saying, like,
you're
I get it. The hype is there, but hype's there for a reason.
I look at Tyler Warren, Jihad Campbell. I don't actually know too much about, but you got hyped up. You got a big boner.
Well, it's cool because I was taking him in the second round to see him.
Now he's up here.
To see him now in the 12th overall rank. Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Real quick, I think linebackers are going to be the ones that are most fucked up till after the combine.
Totally.
Yeah. Then Will Johnson and Kenneth Grant, a couple Michigan boys. So I don't know. Like, I'm totally happy with taking Genty. I'm just creating some conversation.
The only reason I'm saying Genty here again is like, okay, Tyler Warren is the top tight end at his position. Jihad Campbell right now is also the top linebacker. Granted, you had a guy like Abdul Carter go ahead of him, so it's kind of a little bit of a gray area. Tyler Warren, I feel like our tight end room is better suited to go into next season than having to go 12.
Yep.
I'm so sold on Ashton Genty. I don't expect him to be there at 12. Yeah, that's my pick all day, every day if he's there at 12. And that's all I'm going to say.
You can see his ADP is now at 11.4. So it's like he's slowly been moving up.
He's going to be
where he's
not a top 10 pick.
Not at the 12th pick.
But my pick, I can't even sell it. I have a feeling this guy's going to be special in the NFL.
Jihad Campbell.
Jihad, yeah. Will Johnson.
Add any?
No, I mean, like I said, obviously, if Ashton Genty is there and the Cowboys don't pick him, it'll be the biggest misstep in draft, regardless of what he does in the actual season.
In the moment.
You're there, you pick him. That's the type of marketing pick that Jerry needs and wants. It makes the most sense for our team. He's, like Ant said, his stats speak volumes. He should have been the Heisman Trophy winner this past season. He actually stacks up with the same type of height and versatility as like Emmitt Smith. So there is that type of kind of pick.
Ooh, legend name drop. Nice.
Exactly. And he's number 2. Does he go to number 22?
He can't.
21. I'm just kidding. Yeah, my pick's Genty regardless. I mean, R2J2 in the chat says he has had issues against pro-style defenses like Penn State.
Yeah, because he had the Boise State offensive line in front of him.
Exactly.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, so you got numbers like that. So it comes
up on over to the Dallas Cowboys offensive line.
I would still be fine. One last thing. One last thing before the big fella, aka Jerry Jones, gets in here. I would, in my mind, I'm secretly hoping he's gone. I am.
So you don't have to deal with
100%.
I'm secretly hoping he's gone because the shitstorm it's going to either bring or not bring.
Yeah.
If he's taken by the Raiders at 6 or the Bears at 10, it's like, okay, we can now just go BPA.
Yeah.
Even I still think if he's there at 12, BPA is him.
Yeah,
but
it would be. Absolutely.
I honestly, if at 5 or at 6, if he's taken by the Raiders, the next 6 picks, I'm gonna kind of feel like, because every pick he's still there, I'm gonna feel anxiety. So.
Yeah.
Okay, now it comes down to Jera. What do you think?
All right. So knowing you guys and watching you guys show forever, also doing mock draft, you guys are a big believer in best player available.
Yes.
On the board right now,
we're BPA sluts.
The 5th ranked player on the board is Ashton Genty. I said earlier in the show, you have to help number 4. To help number 4, you have to run the ball. You have to start getting the ball out of Dak's hands so he's fresh in the 4th quarter to get you. The big fella, Jerry Jones Sr. says, draft Ashton.
Yeah, baby!
Hey, welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team.
No complaints here. Welcome to the team, Ashton Genty. And look, we just had to give you that test, like any sort of skill test in a sci-fi movie where the lead character is going through a challenge to see if they have what it takes. You pass the test there, Chris.
Can you pause it 1
Yeah,
second? I want to ask something about Chris. Kenneth Grant going to 16. Do you think that makes sense? A Michigan guy. Will Johnson, Michigan guy. Are these are these good picks by the Colts and the Cardinals here?
Yeah, because these were the three staples on Michigan's defense. I wouldn't even be shocked if the Cowboys drafted Will Johnson, the cornerback from Michigan. Because think about it, both of our corners stay hurt.
Yeah,
they stay hurt. Okay?
One of them, at least one of them.
at least one of them. So even if the Cowboys went corner, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, yeah, at least we know he's a day one starter. At least we know he's a shutdown corner. He did it at Michigan. He man up everywhere on the field. So I wouldn't be mad. I don't want to dwell too much on the Michigan. I know we got a long draft. Kenny Grant, I love him. But the only thing about him, he was a duo with Graham. Him and Graham together were dude, they were dynamic. As the punk ass, trick ass Ohio State, they couldn't run on them. They tried.
Buckeyes.
They tried, and they couldn't do it. They shut them down. So these and I hate when Cowboy fans keep bringing up Mozzie. On this show, I said Mozzie was a 3rd round pick. They picking him number 1.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
We got receipts.
I said it.
Yep.
So
There's receipts out there.
But Graham and Grant, they are not. They are 1st round picks. Both of them are studs.
Okay, I like to hear that.
Okay, AJ, while we get this rolling again, toss me one, son.
Yeah, and we can make some wild trades here.
Toss
if you
me one,
guys
too.
want, so just keep that in mind.
Well, hey,
I'm gonna toss quick and then hit play.
Yeah. Toss me one, son. Thank you. Good toss.
All right, here we go. We're back in it.
We're back
If
in
you
it.
want me to speed up as well, let me know. I just feel like on these low ones.
I don't mind seeing through the first round. Amika Buka just went. Kelvin Banks Jr. just went 21.
Yeah, Igbuka has dropped a little bit. Not a lot.
Shamar Stewart, another defensive tackle that edge rusher.
While it's kind of going, there goes Golden. What position are we wanting to go for here? What would we like to see?
I gotta see what's on. I gotta see.
Well,
what's on the table.
running back's taken off the board. We talked, Chris. I don't know what, or Jerry. I don't know what your strategy is. At CanFan lately, we were running back, wide receiver, defensive tackle. But now with Zach Martin retiring last week, I think offensive line now pushes up. I know there's a guy named Brooks kicking around in the 2nd round, around where we're drafting. That might be something to look at. So.
I saw Omari and Hampton go to the Bills.
Oh, that'd be a nice spot for him, man.
Yeah.
That really would be.
Yeah, it was just right below where you were at there.
It's okay. We are 4 picks
off
away.
the board. Prometheus off the board.
Prometheus is
Tyleek Williams, another defensive interior we talked about. Some guys going off the clock here. Let's see. Xavier Watts, guy that
and we got fucking flamed.
Oh, and Jack Beck at 43, a guy that the big fella had talked about.
Chris, when we're looking at this mock drafts, if I was to bring up Jack Sawyer's name, are you just automatically against it, or once we're in the drafting, taking a Buckeye player because we did draft Zeke? Obviously, you're able to swallow it, but can you look at that and be like, you know what, Jack Sawyer's a great player, we could pick him up, or are you just like, fuck the Buckeyes, I don't want him on my team?
We discussed this last night on the show. Okay, I got a different opinion than Zach Sawyer than a lot of people. Okay, I don't think he's very good, and that's not because he's an Ohio State player. Maybe 10%, but not 100%. Okay? When you saw the Bosa brothers at Ohio State, they popped off the screen.
Yep.
When you saw the Watt brothers at Wisconsin, they popped off the screen. Okay. Sawyer don't pop off the screen to me. Sawyer is easily blocked. Okay. He had one big play, and that was that big play against Texas to win the game. Okay. Yay. He is not that good. I'm telling you.
No, hey,
not
good.
and it's not because I'm just a Michigan guy. He doesn't pop off the screen. He does not. Their other defensive tackle, the Tongan kid. God, I can't forget. I can't remember his name. But he's better to me than Jack Sawyer. I just don't like Zach Sawyer at all. I wouldn't take him at this spot. No, hell
Okay.
no.
So
Jerry said, Jerry just told Steven to fucking, you're the kid in this
Get
relationship.
out of my salt castle.
You're about,
No.
you're about to get salt in the eyeballs. Crack me.
if you got him.
Yeah, let me get one
Okay,
in there, too.
crack him if you got him.
Crack
You know what?
him if you got him. Try crack him.
And you know what?
Crack him if you got him.
If you got him. Let's just assume Cowboys did the right thing and they brought back Osa. I know that's not an edge guy, but it's a line guy.
Well,
I know it doesn't. It just at least makes the defensive line a little less.
I don't think edge is, if with a couple guys back with you have.
Sure. Yeah, I know.
I don't know if edge is something I'm targeting at too. Give me a little trade. Let's see what we got for
but
trades.
hang on. Before we do the trade,
Well, the last time you brought up Jack Sawyer and Big Fella basically told you to suck dick.
I was just asking about Jack Sawyer, but since we drafted a running back, Dad, what about shoring up that line since Zach Martin's gone? Tyler Booker's right there at 46, at guard from Alabama.
Oh, I already boosted him up.
You got him boost.
I think I said Brooker, maybe. We were talking about it earlier.
You fucking idiot.
So dumb.
Hey, Elberfuss, shut the fuck up over there, okay?
Well, hey, I'm a defensive guy, and I think Sawyer would be great on this team.
Booker's 9th ranked overall DL. He's only 20 years old. Poppy likey. Just kind of like mid to lower stats in his measurables.
Didn't give us a whole bunch there, though, right? Like
No.
they didn't give us too much on his measurables. 5'3", 40, nothing great there.
Let's say this about Booker. Booker played in the SEC at the top 2 team in the SEC. That they run the ball, they pound the ball, right? They will go deep every once in a while, and we just got the best running back on the board, right?
Ooh, I like it. Did digress.
Why wouldn't we get the best offensive lineman on the board or the best defensive lineman on the board? To me, that's the only thing I'm thinking right now: defensive line or offensive line. Because if we just in case we don't sign Osa, we got to fill that spot.
Yep,
we got to. And at guard, I'd rather have a first-round SEC guy that's played, 3 straight years, that's a mauler, and put him at Zach's spot. Because think about it, Zach was our mauler.
Can I give a counterpoint?
Yep.
So I do think we have guys on the roster right now that can play guard. Tyler Smith, obviously one of the best guards in the NFL. Between Cooper, BB, and Brock Hoffman, I think we have a starting caliber guard there. So I do think we have 2 starting guards on the team with a guy that could back up in TJ Bass. Without Osa, do we have a starting caliber defensive tackle?
No.
So
no.
To me, we have 3 guys that could switch in and out on guard. Without Osa Odigizua, we don't have a starting defensive tackle. Mozzie, yes, sure. We don't know about him yet. I'm not counting on going into the 2025 season with Mozzie being our best defensive tackle.
And we know about it.
No, exactly. So I'm just saying the best guard in the draft would be amazing, and Booker looks nice. But I don't think he's a bigger need.
Wayjay was Schottenheimer was just looking at it. Booker only predominantly has been playing left guard and left tackle. So kind of it doesn't necessarily. Obviously, you could shake and bake that line a little bit, but he's not a plug and play on the right side necessarily.
I just want to know what you guys think about this trade here.
Okay.
The Cardinals 3 rounds back from us at 47. And we would pick up their 78th pick, giving us 76, 78.
Which gives us a second, third round pick.
We'd get another
third round pick, 2 picks after ours.
We would have to attempt to trade our 3 conditional picks in the 5th round, I guess these are. 170, 172, and 174.
Get rid of 174 and give me 189. Let's see. Try that first.
Chris?
That would be my suggestion on it.
Are you looking, would you want to trade back 3 spots?
Well, that's fine. I just don't want to give up, 170, 172, 173 picks in a row. No, I don't want to do that.
No, okay.
That could be three players.
Well, AJ, we changed that. We got rid of 174, so he was fine. No, go back to 172.
Oh,
we got rid of the 3 in a row. You had 174.
What if I do that? So we give away.
That's even less. I think you just try the 170, 172, 189, and just see if they do it.
Well, I'm keeping the 172.
No, try the 172.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Because now you're not giving up 3 in a row. You're giving up 2 in a row and then a 189. He didn't like the first one that you had at 170, 172, 174. And then you changed it to 189.
How about this one? No?
I think you just try 32% and see what happens.
Hey,
I need
we have to get the chief executive officer of the Cowboys.
True.
Shut the fuck up, Elmer Fuss.
Hey, man. I'm trying to cook.
Albert Fuss is trying to force
32% means you are winning the trade.
Listen.
I'm here to sell.
You're not the head coach anymore.
I'm not head coaching.
This isn't the Chicago Bears.
I'm here to sell.
I wouldn't have put the trade in if I didn't like it. I think this is a good one.
I'm here to sell.
I just want to know what Cowboys Chris says.
Jerry
says, sorry.
Well, let's try to fleece them.
Okay.
Let's try to Eberflus them.
Hey,
sorry.
Give us this, baby.
Ah, you fuckers.
Okay.
It's fun. Stephen White in the chat going, time is up.
Yeah, time is up. Yeah, that's something we got to bring back.
Let's go draft.
Yeah, let's go draft.
Guys,
I think we've all said our parts. This is down to Jerry.
Yeah. All right. Let's go D-line. Either Turner or Collins, either one.
We do like Collins. Turner, we didn't get. The only thing about Turner that we didn't like here, Chris, is his
bookmark piss end colors.
Yeah, he did good from 2022 to 2023, and then had a major step back. Just looking at his guys here, did not play good against Texas.
Good game against LSU.
Good game against LSU. Notre Dame, not a good game.
He played majority in the B gap. That's where Osa plays.
Okay.
I like that.
Hey,
I like when you talk sexy to me like that, Jerry.
Let's just take Sherman.
Yeah, let's take Shamar.
I keep calling him
Stephen
Sherman.
White.
Like I'm putting a fucking.
You said Sherman and then I said Shemar.
60.
Okay.
Shamar Turner.
Chris, he's 6'4", 300. Is that?
He's kind of lightweight.
He'll bulk up. Let's get a draft bug.
As you get the draft buzz, I just want to Stephen White saying no. Get a wide receiver, if not Booker.
Hey man,
no wide receiver at that position that is worth taking right there.
And I'm already going to say the big fella, aka Jerry Jones, said it was either offensive line or defensive line. We're not going to waste Jerry's time.
Starstruck says we need veteran defensive tackles, not rookies. Go Booker, no Turner.
Go Booker.
No Turner.
Go home.
He doesn't really look like a defensive lineman to me. I was expecting him to look
6'4", 300 though. Like
I was expecting him to look bigger. His shuttle's not great.
I would prefer Alfred Collins over Turner myself.
My only reason is we pulled the trigger on him, and I just want to get Sherman on the board.
I see. Oh, hey, big fella. So, guys, I'm going to bring something up. We decided to do, big fella, this is going to be a little timeout of our draft. I know we're wasting a lot of your night. We appreciate you being on with us. I know your wife's probably like, what the hell?
No, she's out. She's out for dinner with her work.
Okay,
so
perfect. Okay.
Big fella,
I don't care at all. This is awesome.
We're going to trade.
Okay, big fella. So what we're doing this year for our big board is Adam, Alex, and I, we all get to pick 12 players for each of our big board. Or sorry, we each get to pick, 12 players each, right? So we get 2 players in the first day. We get 4 players on day 2 and 6 players on day 3. If those guys get drafted on our own big board, we win a competition. Okay, so we're kind of playing against each other. We can't have the same player. Once someone claims a person, the other people can't claim them.
No one's been claimed yet.
Nobody's been claimed. You are our first guest on our first draft since we've decided to do this. You get to claim a player in the first or in day 1 that you think the Cowboys, it doesn't even have to be someone you want them to take. It just has to be somebody that you think they will take. Or you do whatever you want. And you get to pick the first.
If you're right, you get a prize.
You get a prize. You get to pick the first player, and once he's taken, he's on CanFan's day 1 big board, and none of us 3 can take that guy.
Okay. Give me Grant from Michigan defensive tackle.
I like it. I do like it.
That's a good one, and that was off my list. So thank you very much, Chris.
So Kenneth Grant.
I'm like Anthony. I think Genty won't be there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking big boys. I'm thinking big boys unless there's a receiver there. But I don't like. Well, I can't say I don't like him. He's a little small to me. Abuka from Ohio State. He's a little small. I want a big receiver. You know, I need targets.
Mhm.
I need a target.
So
guy.
first pick
we
taken.
got
Kenneth Grant. I
small
like it.
receivers on our team already.
Yeah, we need a body. We need a body. Okay, so that's who it is. The first guy on the CanFan big board, Kenneth Grant.
It sucks to hear, but it's a good pick.
It's yeah.
So
Okay.
Shoddy has had a trade here that looked good. What, are you gonna try it? Should we just try trading back?
My last thing before we would take Shamar Turner, I just feel like, let's just go with what the board says. I like this trade to Miami. It's 4 picks back, but we can basically go back 4 and pick up their 98th, and then we can trade some of these picks and move that one up a little bit.
I like it.
I do.
What
like
do y'all
that.
think about that?
I love it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
I tried something else. It wasn't good. Let's just see.
Because I think
Yes.
because I think we're still okay. Are we still on slow speed? Because I want to see if any of the guys we talked about get picked in the next 4 picks. So Miami on the clock.
There goes Turner.
gone. Turner gone.
Sawyer.
Jack Sawyer gone. Falcons take Braden Swinson. Weren't even talking about him. And then Tyler Booker. So the guard is gone.
So I think we
got to take Alfred Collins.
Yeah, Collins immediately.
Yeah, I agree. And we picked up. Hey, is that our 4th round pick back?
That's a 98, baby.
That's our 98 back.
I like that.
Yep.
Okay, Alfred
Let's
Collins.
take him.
Back to back. Welcome to the team.
Now, we got a bunch of fucking shit round picks. I can speed this up.
Let's just talk about what we're like.
Yeah,
I think this is good. I think this is good talking time.
I'd love to trade some of our when we get to our next pick. And Jerry, I'm speaking to you specifically, okay?
You know, I'm looking for speed.
Yeah.
So wide receiver.
We need somebody else explosive on our team. Okay.
So we've taken a running back. We've taken a defensive tackle. We're coming up. We're 16 picks away. I just want to start off easy here. AJ's all fucking jacked up on trading. 3rd pick, we're going to keep, right? What are we thinking position-wise?
I'm just saying right now we could make any sort of move. We could
but
pause and try to move
PFF
up.
won't let you do that far out. Like you can hit pause right now. You're not trading the 172nd to anything.
No.
You won't be able to.
But we just have so many lower draft picks. If we
hit pause here. Hit pause. Go to trade. You won't even be able to select our 150.
If we go 69.
Oh, what the fuck? No, but you have to check. Go to people that want to pick. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you're just picking a team, but they're trying. What they want to do is they want to trade their 69th pick. You just end up going a little bit wild.
Yeah, they don't want it
disregarding.
this far back.
So that's what happens. Like
I'm just saying, look, we got so many picks back here. If we can combo to move up to 152.
Exactly. So I think we worry about that at our 98th.
Okay.
Or, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
I think we get to our 3rd pick, and right now I think we just talk about what position we think.
Our offensive lineman right now. Wide receiver or offensive lineman.
Yeah, I agree.
Bandwagon boys.
If we do that, the first 3 picks, you get your defensive interior, you get the best running back off the board, and then you get, I guess, a high 3rd, low 2nd round RB. Ooh, Chris Paul.
Jonah, and I'm not going to try to say his name. Savanea, I believe.
Savalinia.
Where'd you get the L from?
He has an L in there.
There's 2 I's, isn't there?
Nope, it's an L. Go ahead and go fuck yourself.
Okay, I'm just looking at these guys.
There's no L in his name.
I thought it was an L.
Hey, Chris,
you see the confidence you got there?
Oh no, West Virginia, they don't play.
Hey, but look at that progression there. Green, blue, 6'6", 317, decent sized body, tackle.
Pure left tackle. Do you want a pure left tackle?
Well, we're not sold on Guyton.
We're not sold on Guyton.
Move Guyton back to his natural position. You know they're going to cut Steele because of the money.
Yeah,
that's not.
Put Guyton back in his natural position at right tackle and get a left tackle.
Okay.
I like.
So that would be.
I do like tackle here.
That would be Wyatt Millam.
So let's see Jonah. I want to see who Jonah played against. So you looked at Wyatt, who had a lot of really good games against Pitt, OSU. He played pretty well against UCF, and like he's had some pretty good games. There's a lot of nice hydrated colors there.
Yep.
I want to see what Jonah looked like on the same kind of scale for teams he played against. So maybe
And
not
also-
as much blue, and it looks like they played around roughly the same competition.
And also, let's look at the receivers too. See who
Jalen Royals is sitting there.
Let's get wide receivers on the board for Jerry there.
80, 82, 89, 94, 95. A lot of guys in the next 15 picks.
I like. If we have that 98 pick, I like
They're all
Trey Harris.
When you look at their ADP, they're all going about 10 picks higher.
Yeah.
5 to 10
There's going to
picks
be a
higher.
run
So
on wide receivers.
There's going to be a run on wide receivers here.
So maybe we try to move up after this pick. After this pick, we try to maybe comp up a 98 and like a 170 or something and move up to get a Tez Johnson or a Trey Harris.
Okay, well, I think this is the question. This is the question of Jerry.
And I draft in the third round. We took Williams, wide receiver from TCU in the third round.
Okay,
Savion,
because he's click on his size. He's a big kid.
Let's see him.
Click on him.
And we like the improvement year after year, even if it doesn't end in a blue zone. It's like we just like to see that you.
Oh wow,
6'5", 225.
I do like that.
Yeah.
And he's at 82.
I do like that.
So we could do a thing where we draft the BPA now, pause, get to the oh, that's 75 though. So he's probably going. These guys are going soon, Jalen and Savion.
I think you have to take if big fella, aka Jerry Jones, is thinking wide receiver. I think you're risking anything other than just taking the guy you like.
Unless we trade back 2 spots, 3 spots.
I love this contested catch rate. Everything else I think you can kind of teach. That's kind of hands.
Yep.
Drop rate sucks, but
we all said we wanted a big body receiver. He does have those statistics.
Let's get a draft buzz on this kid, Savion Williams.
Yeah, we don't draft anybody without draft buzzing.
And I need a positive and a negative.
Where is he?
There's 2 Savion Williams.
TCU right there.
TCU 6'5".
Okay, no wonder.
Oh my God!
No wonder big fella liked him
we
with
call
those
that the
fucking
big
dreads. Big fella. If we saw him take his hat off earlier on, and Chris and Savion have the same hairstyle, so we know.
Well, and TCU. That's around big fella's hometown there.
This body, you guys, you can't measure up against.
Great 40.
94 percentile in height, 94 percentile in weight,
84%.
and a 4.4.
Yeah, that's
with that.
That's flying.
6'5",
The weight-
225.
The WayJ body meter just splooged all over this draft buzz.
We're getting pretty hot and heavy about it right now.
Okay, so
let's give us a strength.
Okay,
and
look at this
weakness.
first
Strength and weakness. Go
this
for
first
that.
one. Super athletic. Made Bruce Feldman's 2023 Freaks list at number 56. He wrote Williams, though jumps well. Williams tough. Or Williams though jumps well too. I don't know why that it didn't make sense as a sentence.
It's a
here.
continuation.
Williams jumps well too, having hit 10-6 on the broad jump and posted a 40-inch vert in 2022. Williams made 29 receptions for 392 yards and 4 touchdowns. Former high school quarterback, has incredible arm strength. Boosh.
Trick
He can
plays.
throw he can throw it farther than all the TCU QBs. He threw it about 20 yards further. It was like every bit of 80 yards.
Okay, so
that
and
was-
weakness, hands are a major concern. Fights the ball on routine catches and shows inconsistent techniques across all 3 levels. I don't really care. I think, like, look,
We're
you bring
size
in
queens.
coaches. What's the confidence here? They're going to teach this guy how to catch a fucking football, right? 6'5", I can't teach that. 225, I can't teach that. I don't mind him.
Has he ever played with an actual NFL caliber quarterback? Probably not.
You know who dropped a lot of balls his first 3 years in the NFL? Terrell Owens.
Yep. But was a fucking physical beast. Right?
Still is. Still is a physical beast.
Hey, we're size queens. It is. I'm sold.
I'm sold.
I just want to know what Jerry thinks about this.
I want Williams because he's big and fast. 6'5" and running a 4.4.
That's wild.
6'5", 240 running a 4.4.
That's encroaching on fucking. Why can't I think of his name? Megatron.
Think about it.
That's Megatron style almost.
And we gotta compare it to the Eagles. AJ Brown is how big? 6'3", 245.
Yeah, this guy
run a
would.
4.4.
This
Yeah,
guy's
yeah,
yeah. I like it.
Okay. So we're gonna. I think we take Williams, but before we do that, before we make the pick, is there anyone here we want to draft Williams, pause, and then try to move up to grab because we have the draft capital to do it? We can blow a lot of those later rounds if we wanted to.
Right.
I think you draft them, you pause it instantly, and you see who wants to trade with us.
Yeah.
Well, no one. We have to make the trade.
No, you hit trade, and when you hit trade here, like with the 28,
but on our draft pick.
Oh, we
it
have
won't
to
show
I
up
see
when
what you're
we.
saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So I'm just saying, if there's anyone who sticks out to you before 98,
we'll hit trade right now, and let's just see if any. Like scroll down to these guys, and then pick a spot. Go down, 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 down. Like we're not going to get in the top. You're not going to get any 80 picks with our.
We could probably start trading around these areas. So Jacksonville, Houston, LA. Baltimore.
I want to trade, but I don't want to give up anything of next year. I'll say that.
No. I'm thinking of giving up. We have like 8 picks, 9 picks left. So I want to give away some of those later round picks if we think there's someone who's good in still this round.
We can try. I think trading 2 picks to move up is realistic. I don't think you're going to see someone ever take a 170, a 172, and a 174 to get like a
I know.
a 90th pick. You're just never going to see that.
We're going with the wide receiver, Savian.
I still do think we should try to trade. I'm fine with it, but it's up to big fella. I'm good game with moving up. Like you said, we have 5 fucking picks later on.
I think we pick and then we try pause and see what the trade situation looks
But what I'm saying right now is,
but
if
I
want to
know
right now. You can pick the teams that are trying to trade to that spot. Once you pick, you can't do that. Because I wanted to do what you wanted to do, but if you draft, you can't then do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying if we want to trade somewhere,
any of these guys are trying to trade to that.
So
pick.
I think Pittsburgh Steelers at 85 is probably something decent. Who's above Pittsburgh?
Well, let me just go to Pittsburgh. So if we wanted the 85th pick, we could get it with 150. We could finesse a 98, 170, 189 for 85.
But see, I'd rather have that 98th pick. I'd rather have like 2 picks near that.
Oh, I see.
Like I'd rather have like a 102 pick and the 98th.
We're not going to get that.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
I don't think trading back. I don't think trading back 13 spots is a good idea.
For me, I would trade that because it means we're getting more value out of those. We're getting more in return. But let's just get that wide receiver. And then we'll go slow roll it, and we'll figure it out.
Savion Williams.
Savion Williams, big boy.
Welcome to the team.
Big old body. Get me a Horned Frogs.
Now, at any time you guys want to pause, let me know. I'm down to trade up.
What are we trying to search for here?
I can also speed this up too. So let me know.
Okay.
No, I think we trade up. I agree.
So
we have so many fucking picks. May as well try to dangle something, but I don't think we should trade the 98th pick. I think 98's a good spot.
Okay, so we got 98. Let me just go to like 97.
Unless you had like a certain player that you're trying to move up to get, which I don't know if we do right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like what? That's why I wanted to know, was there anyone? I don't think we're gonna get it with the picks because they're just too low. We're probably gonna have to wait till after 98.
Click the drop down menu and do like try 104 and then try like 170. Yeah, click their 104 and just see what they. Yeah, you're not going to get much because they're all garbage picks.
We're gonna have to wait. Okay, I say we fucking kick it into
hyperactive.
Find more players that we know of. Jeffrey Bassa, couple vowels off. Big fella, what positions are you thinking of here?
Safety.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got halfback, defensive interior, and wide receiver. Aston Genty for halfback, Alfred Collins for defensive interior, and Savion Williams for wide receiver. Basically, let's see who's on the board. But that 98 to 150 is too much of a spread for me to be comfortable.
Yeah. But we got 2 third-round picks, though.
And Jerry, I don't want to blame you for that, but you made the trade.
But
Trey Harris to the Eagles.
But we did gain a second, third-round pick.
Yes.
So it's like instead of having a 4th round, we did have 2 3rd-round picks.
For
right?
sure. It's just
The Cowboys
if we
have
can trade any of these guys back to get a guy between 98 and 150,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
I see what you're saying.
For who we've drafted right now, it's been pretty good. So I guess the next thing we should look at, did we get the offensive line is Tate Ratledge. Anything to
bring him up?
Big fella, you got any info on this guy? Tate Ratledge?
6'6", 320.
Other than having a great last name?
He's won 2 national championships with Georgia.
That's promising. So the dude's doing something. I would love to have a Ratledge jersey. I mean, come on. I'm not saying we're just gonna pick off the way this dude looks, but
the mullet and stash, 6'6", 320 mullet stash. He's AJ Beef J. Tate Ratledge is the Beef J. Look at him.
AJ, if we just juiced him up with growth hormone and steroids.
Oh my God. I look like an awesome specimen.
Mustache and a mullet.
Is it
like me too?
Is this a dude? Is this a dude that you would take though, Chris?
Any day, every day, twice on Sunday.
Great last name, great look. Let's just get him to the team.
I say fucking bring him on. He's already passed our ADP.
As long as big fella's good with them, I'm good with some Tate Ratledge.
And we need him.
We need him. Welcome to the team.
One thing I just want to look at it's not going to affect me is I just want to see a snap count.
Right guard.
Hey,
welcome to the team.
You did it, son.
You did it, son. Welcome
to the team, Tate Ratledge.
Should I just fucking hyperspeed this
I
now?
think hyperspeed. Unless we want to trade, but
yeah, fuck it. I say hyperspeed. Let's just go with what's given.
Play with what's laid with us.
Because I think all the other trades we're just gonna be sitting here playing with our
balls.
All right, so
hey, QB.
No, not Quinn Ewers. He wasn't even the best QB on his team. And the thing is, like, here's the thing. Okay.
Thank you, AJ.
Yes.
He was not.
But I do just want to throw this out. If Quinn Ewers is sitting in the 170, I don't think he's going to get there. That's where I would look at him. Okay? In those 170 picks that we have. For here, I'd rather go for even a tight end, to be quite honest. And I just saying that because I see these two guys, Benjamin Urosek from Georgia and Jake Brenningstool from Clemson. Obviously fake names.
What about Quincy Riley?
Yeah, I'm thinking defensive back.
Yeah, that's a good call. Defensive back.
Safety, corner, specialty. When you get in these late rounds.
Yeah, I agree.
When you're looking for safeties and special team players, athletic players, right?
Yeah.
So put us safeties and corners right now. That's who I'm looking for.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that. He kind of fell off a cliff a little bit in 2024. Do we know why? No, there could have been some issues, but he didn't have a great season this year. He played some slot, mostly cornerback, if you look at his career from 2022 to 2024. But I need to see, this is the issue. You need to see what his measurables are. Speed's a big factor when it comes to cornerback at this point. Like Big Fella said, you want to have guys that can fill in on special teams. You want to have guys that can fill in as some nice depth pieces. AJ just clicked us up some Upton Stout. Very small for a safety.
Yeah, but maybe he's a little pinball. Didn't play against any sort of quality team, unfortunately.
But did play some slot, did play some corner, played a lot of corner.
Well, the one team that he played that was pretty quality, he didn't really have a good game. 41.6 against Bama.
So at this point, you're looking for athletic ability, and I hate to say it, but those don't tell us athletic ability. You have to bring up a draft buzz to see the perspective 40 and the perspective, like where their measurables are a little bit, because it's going to get to if Big Fella. What do you take? How much do you take into account for the 40 time when you get this deep in a draft?
Everything.
Yep. Okay.
Everything. Because you're looking for speed, explosiveness. This late, and especially special teams. And if the guy gets on the field, at least you can hold his own and speed wise,
Yeah.
Because that's the NFL. It's fast.
So Quincy runs a 4.5.
The more speed you got, the better. I mean, the best. Because think about it. When Jimmy Johnson was here, all he talked about was speed, speed, speed. Okay, so we got to stay fast. You got to stay fast. You got to.
So big fella Quincy Riley right now, one of the dudes that we're looking at, ran a 4.5, which isn't great.
I forget the kid that you had up from Ohio State, the other corner.
Denzel Burke.
Denzel Burke.
Yeah, pull up Burks. I just want to see his 40 time.
And again, these are all I guess they're just projected 40s until we're gonna get a lot of
somewhere.
We're gonna get a lot of info after this weekend, of course. But he doesn't even have his 4. Oh no,
yeah,
4.5.
They're all actually very close. 4.4, 4.5. I think it really comes.
I can barely see what Burks is running.
He was 4.5.
He's 4.5 guy. Corner 6'1".
Nice length.
You got to think about it. This kid was covering Oregon wide receivers, Texas wide receivers,
Michigan,
you gotta remember, Michigan,
Tennessee,
and you know what else? You know what I like to see? You know what I like to see? Although it's not too much for, well, sorry, it's two totally different Texas teams. He improved on Oregon significantly from his first game.
Yeah.
And so there was some learning there that he had to do. And then he finished strong with 2 Texas teams, Oregon, Michigan, and
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
So really you can't really call me too biased. I'm actually looking at Ohio State guy. And
yeah.
Now what I can say, Ohio State specialty guys like wide receivers, running backs, and corners, you can count on them. I like them because they always are fast. Ohio State is speed every day, all day. When you gotta cover Ibuka in practice every day, come on, bro, give it to me.
So
I'm good with it.
So
I'm good with it.
R2J2 saying that would be a bust pick, which I'm assuming he's referring to that. The one thing, Starstruck is in chat saying Nick Imanuwari, linebacker, but would be a great safety, explosive, tenacious run defender if he's still there. She's just saying check to see what linebackers are. Doesn't see like any linebackers are up
Not
in this
where we're
area
at
here.
right
So
now.
Not where we are.
we can probably take a look at it next. I do believe we looked at
Let's go with them. Let's go with them. Let's take Burke.
Yeah, but he's gonna be there. We have 3 picks in the 70s, don't we?
We do.
Oh yeah, he's far back.
So I think that's I think this is a bit of a reach.
Okay. Well, then we got to pick one of these top guys. If that's the case, we've already got a DI, we've got a halfback, cornerback. We're looking at already because Quincy Riley's up here, but he's not. We're not sold on him.
I wouldn't mind another defensive tackle, and I wouldn't mind another receiver. It wouldn't bother me at all.
You pull the trigger. You see someone, you tell us.
I will say this: Simeon Barrow Jr. had a lot of nice things that I liked about him on our board. The only thing is he's a little light. But if we're taking him second, what are your thoughts on this guy? His trend's shit. But that
seems like a Can fan guy.
Most drafted by the Cowboys. Do you like Simeon Barrow Jr. at all, Chris?
6'3", 290, lightweight. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, but now you're kind of filling in the spot. You took the big dude in Alfred Collins. Now you can kind of get he looks mean. He looks mean.
Because I don't mind taking another DI and then giving, Mozzie a little bit of a boot.
Yeah, man. I mean, because remember I said when we first started, man, we need to get big and tough, and speed. So, it's a potential, man. We gonna lose Osa, and we gotta replace him.
Totally,
it's a potential, because what PFF is saying about what Osa is worth, almost $20 million a year. Is the Cowboys gonna pay Osa $20 million?
Hell no.
Not if another team does it. No way.
Okay, guys, we got to make a pick. We got 10 seconds on the clock. Big fella, who are you thinking here? Who's your dude?
Give me.
Say it. Don't feel stressed. Just say it. Let it happen.
Go to the University of Miami. Let's go,
Hey,
Burrow Jr.
Kobe King at linebacker is not a bad pick.
Too late. Who'd you say, big fella?
Jr.
Barrow Jr.
Barrow Jr. Welcome to the team.
Poppy likey.
Poppy likey.
And now we're just kind of waiting until these 170s here. Go pick up our cornerback if he's still in the fucking board.
Cornerback or quarterback.
Is he gone? Denzel Burke gone. 163.
163.
We lost him.
Lost him, damn it.
We lost him. So now this is going to get to the point.
I think we got to look at cornerbacks and safeties just because that's what we were looking at.
Yeah,
And
Bring up linebackers as well.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, well.
Cody Simon.
You-
Cody,
so-
you got the Cody.
No, I think we look, Chris.
Hey.
I think we made the right decision. We do still have, two.
We still have a full draft
High-
of picks.
Yeah, no, we got a high potential there. We're gonna try to.
What do we need now, guys? Let's see what we took. We've taken 2 defensive tackles. We've taken, Ashton Jinty at halfback, Alfred Collins, defensive tackle, Savion Williams at wide receiver, Tate Ratledge at guard, Simeon Barrow at defensive interior, defensive tackle. Okay, what is our biggest need? Linebacker is a very big glaring need.
Yep.
So is our defensive backs. So this has to be a defensive pick, right?
Listen to fucking Elbert who's fucking
Hey, man.
get all those D picks in
Yeah,
here.
no,
eh?
I mean, this Cody Simon, he looks nice.
I
Big
think-
fella's going to know more about him than us. Ohio State guy and Cody Simon, what was he like?
He was a crap eye, but he was a good player.
He's a crap.
Good player, but out of pull up his height. I forgot how tall he was.
6'2",
235.
a little bit shorter for a linebacker, but that's okay.
It's a different game now with these linebackers. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, it's all about speed, just like
Well, you wanted speed
Overshown,
right there.
you know.
You wanted speed right there, Chris. Sorry, Jerry.
4.5 as a linebacker. Yeah. I wouldn't mind taking him.
Hey, he
I'll
looks
take
like he could dunk. His vert's pretty good too.
Let's just fucking take him.
Okay, let's get him.
take him.
Let's take him.
Simon. Chris.
Simon him up for me.
This has nothing to do with your allegiance to Michigan. Okay.
Well, we haven't taken any Buckeyes
Well,
yet.
and we got 3 picks in the next 5, so we're going to be able to get a lot of we could take the next top 5 guys.
I took him.
Okay.
The pick before I wanted a Buckeye.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
You're very, very true. Well, now we got 2 more picks. So 2 more picks in the next 2 picks.
Chris,
Or
I want to
3
know
picks,
where
sorry.
your stance is on quarterback in this draft. Not okay. I think that.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys pick Quinn Ewers later. He is a South Lake kid. South Lake is north of Fort Worth. He's a hometown kid. He's just average quarterback to me. He does nothing to me that makes me say, "Ooh, Quinn Ewers." Even though he had a hell of a pass in that damn quarterfinal game against Arizona State on the 4th down, that was a beautiful pass.
Yep.
But like AJ said earlier, he wasn't even the best quarterback on his team.
Nailed it.
So I really could care less about Quinn Ewers.
Okay, well,
If Ewers is still here at 189, maybe.
Well, I just mean quarterback in general. Doesn't even have to be Ewers. Like, I fuck Ewers,
Well,
but I just mean like,
Rourke is pretty solid. Or you're just talking about, do we draft a quarterback?
yeah, I don't
anywhere?
give a Quinn Ewers. Imagine he's off the board. Is it Dewey or is there nothing exciting?
Pull up anybody. Pull up quarterbacks.
Pull
Let me see
up,
who's
pull up Jackson Dart.
He's gone. Dart's long
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
So we're looking down the list here.
I mean, I actually don't mind a Stutzman as a double back-to-back linebacker pick. I wouldn't be mad at back-to-back linebacker. I like Stutzman
Because the silence at quarterback is deafening. So
Yeah.
we ain't going quarterback.
Anybody on that list of quarterbacks is the quarterbacks from Maryland, not Maryland, Mizzou. What's his name? I forget his name.
Brady Cook.
Yeah, that's the only quarterback. that
He's way
interests
down
me.
there.
Yeah, but because the only reason he interests me because Mizzou was a real big throwing offense. They threw the ball a hell of a lot. So he
he's
has
way.
great numbers. But he's ways down. He would be my last pick of the draft if I was going quarterback.
Hey guys, we got to speed this up. We got 5
got it.
picks left here.
I got it. I think bringing Jonah Monheim from what the fuck is it? SC. The reason I like him, he's in his 3-year college, the last 3 years of his college career, he's played all over. Left tackle, center, right tackle, right guard.
You see, but hold on. But you see what the Michigan defensive tackles did to him. Look,
Yeah, totally. That's his only bad game.
I see that.
That's his only bad game. That's wild.
Okay.
I just got to
No, but Chris is just saying that's how good the Michigan defensive tackles were. So this guy's good, and that just shows that those Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham in the first round are legit. That's crazy.
He did decline his 3 years, but I wonder if it's just because if he was moving around so much and they put him, like, it's hard to say your right guard and your right tackle in 2022 and compare it to left tackle in 2023 and then center in 2024.
I just want to also give a quick shout out. Our boy Boots is in the chat. Boots is saying at this point you get a quarterback next round. So obviously we're not going to quarterback. Just fuck with me, AJ. Just pick up Danny Stutzman. I know going back-to-back linebacker might be not great. Take a look at his size.
He's a run guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Okay.
This is the Juggalo.
Oh, this is Juggalo?
Yeah.
Let's bring him on then.
Whoop, whoop.
What, Chris?
This is the Juggalo. Give Chris a show. Just so. Do you know what Danny Stutzman looks like? Big fella.
Bring Stooties up.
We'll let you get a shot on him. There he is. Let's see him. There he is.
Juggalo. Sure, 6'4", 240. You got me with the size.
Yeah, he's a size boy, back-to-back linebacker, kind of fills that role.
Eberflus loves it.
Yeah, Eberflus has a boner over there.
I like him because he think he's black.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we called him a Juggalo.
Yes. I mean, he might call himself black. Who knows, Chris? I don't know.
He talks with that twang. What a man.
Wait, go back to him. Where was he born? Florida. So there you go.
No, he's a Florida
He's
boy.
a Florida man. He's from Windermere, Florida. All right, welcome to
Let's bring him on.
Hey, welcome to the team.
Welcome.
And here we are on next 2 picks, and we have everyone that was still on the board.
Okay, I don't mind a Curtis Rourke if we're taking a cubes in this draft. Alex's Monaham's still there, so that's also not a bad pick. I'm fine picking a center or a quarterback here.
Big fella, position. I think we got to go positional wise here.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I still want a safety.
Okay.
And I still want another wide receiver.
Okay.
So I want the fastest wide receiver or the biggest safety.
Antoine Wells Jr. Let's check him out.
Ole Miss, baby.
Got a little dehydrated there, but let's see if he's a burner.
Hey, maybe he just wasn't getting the ball.
Let's just see if he's a burner. Antoine Wells.
AJ's zoomed in so much that he just can't handle it anymore.
4.5. Not bad. Not the best.
Not a speed guy.
I want 4.4 better.
Oh, Achille Arnold. We took Caden Prather. Let's see what you got.
Which by going off PFF, this guy's going to be around on our next pick. Although I did say that he has a 4.5 also. So no speed guys really left on the at wide receiver. We didn't even take a wideout, did we? We took Royals.
Yeah, we got a wideout. I'll bring him up in a sec here. Did we?
No, we picked the big boy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Savion Williams. 4.43 so far, the fastest guy we got.
6 foot 189.
Great name, Shamir Dyke.
I think looking at safeties, like Achille Arnold at 192, we could get him on the next pick. So yeah, we are right. We probably should take Antoine Wells Jr. isn't really selling this here. I don't like the wide receivers here. What about CBs? You only had safeties and
look at the corner.
O'Donnell Fortune.
Yeah.
Good coverage. He's not coming down to run stop. I don't give a shit about that.
I'd say played against some good teams.
Great
played
against Alabama.
Mizzou, play against Texas. Played against Clemson. Like he's played against some good teams.
Checks
here.
our boxes.
6'1", 185.
Ooh, this guy. O'Donnell Fortune, 2 last names. Interesting.
You know what we got to do, guys.
Got to take a look at this guy. Chris, what do you think about taking a corner at this spot here?
Happy with it.
Let's see his 40. 4.53 though. Give us a strength in it. We haven't been doing strengths or weaknesses. which are usually strength, excels in zone coverage with exceptional pattern recognition and spatial awareness, consistently maintaining proper leverage while reading quarterback intentions through the route development.
No, his second strength was is the better one.
No, get out of there, AJ. Get out of there.
His second strength was the better one.
No,
Read the
no,
first.
no.
Lean frame raises concerns about durability and ability to consistently tackle bigger backs and run support, which we know that our cornerbacks in the Cowboys, they don't believe in tackling anyways. Needs to add functional strength without sacrificing flexibility.
That you can do that. Those are things you can add. If we're happy about his size,
I'm happy. I'm happy about this pick based off of his second draft buzz line that you guys didn't read.
Read it, you stupid son of a
Natural
bitch.
ball skills pop in big moments from his 100-yard pick six against Notre Dame to his game-sealing plays at Shrine Bowl. Consistently shows up when stakes are the highest. He was in the Shrine Bowl, had a big play, ended the season off solid. I say O'Donnell Fortune. Your fortune has been told to come to the Cowboys.
I hope it's Fortune.
Fortune. But as long as Daddy gives the approval there.
Yeah, Fortune. Let's get the Fortune, like poutine Fortune.
Yes, let's do it.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team.
Hey, we're getting some nice roundabout picks here, guys. Now,
Okay.
Just
Now we're
quarterback us up.
quarterback.
us up. Like,
Let's take one of these best quarterbacks. Or do you want Jordan James?
Running back. Oh no, the Texas running back.
yes, Taj Brooks.
Taj
Yes.
Brooks. Take Taj. Taj.
That's
We
easy.
ain't got to talk about it. Take
Yeah,
We're not
Taj.
even
Jacob,
talking
230,
about
5'10", 5'10",
Yes.
230. Welcome to the team.
Yes.
Although Ollie Gordon was right there too. I think we probably should have took him instead, but that's
Fuck
fine.
Ollie Gordon. Get him off my fucking radar.
If you watch his stats, his game film at Tech, dude, he was like a little Emmitt Smith, bro.
I'm gonna
He was a
watch.
bowler.
I'm gonna watch him.
Boys, Jackson Slater. I'm just pulling up this guard here. Never seen him in my life. Never heard of him in my life. Didn't play that many games in 2024 either.
Predominantly left guard.
Predominantly left guard.
Yeah, but at this point, you're not looking at someone to start. These are just like
6'4", 316.
kind of small.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, that's the next guy. We got quarterbacks
Curtis-
all around him.
Curtis Rourke is Canadian.
Curtis Rourke.
Canadian boy. Just saying.
Scroll down some.
Jimmy Horn Jr. There's our other wide receiver that we could pick.
Oh yeah, he's fast.
Let's get him.
Jimmy is very fast.
Yeah.
And there's our bloodline pick.
Okay, I
Yes.
like it. I do just want to draft buzz him just for the sake of flying by the buzzer. You know what I mean? Or what's it called when they do that in Top Gun?
Buzz the Tower.
Yeah, 4-3. Fuck.
Yeah, he's in. Get him in here. That's at this point we're going speed. It's a great pick. 4-3-4. Should have taken him 3 rounds ago.
He was really Shedeur Sanders' #1 receiver.
Yep.
At Colorado.
Welcome to the team. Jimmy Horn Jr. and your 4-3-4 speed. And our last pick of this draft, CanFan version 3.
Tyler Show.
What are we
Mr.
doing?
Irrelevant.
Just looking at this, 6'6", 263.
This is the guy we looked at.
UCLA.
We've looked at him before.
Moliki Motavo.
We've looked at this cap.
Motaveo.
We drafted him.
He's just a big tight end. I mean,
He's a big body.
let me exit out of that. I keep bringing up this fucking stupid idiot. I know. I'm sorry.
Big fella. This
Safety,
is big.
Dan
This is
Jackson?
big fella's draft. Big fella's pick. What do you want to see here?
Either a safety or we'll pick a quarterback. Our last pick.
Quarterback. Okay.
AJ, that
Quarterback.
safety you on, was he 250?
Oh my God, was he?
I
He's
don't
gonna
know.
be the first one. That sounds.
Go down. This Dan Jackson that you had clicked. Oh no, 195. Oh, 253 on the big PFF big board.
Yeah,
I was like, safety at 250. I'm intrigued.
Let's go with one of these fucking QBs.
Yeah, let's get one of these dorks. This is Hitler's wet dream. Tyler Shao.
Okay.
This blonde, blue-eyed bitch.
6'5",
6'5". Like we drafted him already. I don't want him.
Graham Mertz.
Did we draft him?
Yeah, we drafted him.
6'2", 216.
I can tell who doesn't rewatch the draft.
24 years old, redshirted senior.
Graham Mertz is trash.
Okay, fuck him.
How about Seth Hennigan? 6'3", 215, senior, not redshirted.
I don't like him either.
Tyler Show?
Hey, why? There's our other bloodline pick
Shiloh
right there.
Sanders.
Shiloh Sanders.
Shiloh Sanders. Why don't we go back to back? Buffalo, Colorado Buffaloes.
Let's pick Shiloh.
Yeah, fuck it.
Let's bring him on.
Welcome to the
I
team.
love it. I love it.
I like the Shiloh pick.
Guys, we fucking did it.
We did it, fellas.
And Chris, we appreciate you giving us so much time here out of your
really
day.
do. We really do.
Okay, so let's look at our grades. So Ashton Genty, A+. We got Alfred Collins, a B. Savion Williams, B+. Tate Ratledge, fuck you, C+. Simeon Barrow Jr., C+. Cody.
Sorry, that Tate Ratledge pick was our trade.
Pick.
Okay, freebie.
Simeon Barrow Jr., C+. Cody Simon, or Simon, depending on how you say it, B-. Danny Stutzman, Juggalo, C+. O'Donnell Fortune, C. Taj Brooks, A-.
Nice. So both A, timeout. Both running backs, A+, A-.
Yeah.
Our running game just got a shit ton better, baby.
Yep.
And with Jimmy Horn Jr., the last, round
Wide
6,
receiver.
sorry, and Shiloh Sanders, back-to-back Colorado boys, we ended up with a B+. That's kind of where we are.
A lot of picks here.
And we got our first pick on the CanFan Big Board in Kenneth Grant.
A lot of picks. Chris, I just got to make sure I download this. Chris, I just want to ask you any regrets here or any after looking at the board here, how do you feel about this draft?
No, I feel good, man, because we have to get younger, we had to get faster, we had to get stronger, and we got to get meaner. The players we picked, Gentry at number 1, instantly helps our offense. Okay, Collins, the defensive tackle, instantly helps our inside presence on defense. And I wanted a big receiver. We got a big receiver, Williams, and Rutledge from Georgia, another nasty offensive line, big and tough. So I'm happy with it. Everybody else is more backup special teams guy, but my sleeper in this pick, if this come to fruition, is Brooks, the running back from Texas Tech. Please go watch him.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh my God, he was a hell of a kid. People don't watch Texas Tech because they always losing, but this kid was an exciting kid on their offense. You love his highlight reel.
Well, big fella, we appreciate you having you on. Where can people find you, buddy?
Man, okay, on Instagram, you could find me at Dallas Cowboy Chris or Cowboy Podcast on Instagram. Mainly on TikTok, you can find me at Dallas Cowboy Chris. And my X account, I always forget it. It's Stop 6 Chris on X.
You know what? I always forget it too, Chris. That's the problem. That's the problem. And you know what? I made the mistake of going to Big Chris from Dallas'sFeet.com or at Big Chris. And let me tell you, a great account, but it's not you. It is not you. Okay,
guys. All in all, I think we got through it. This was a good mock 3.
I loved
3.0.
I love it. Thank you, Jerry Jones, aka Big Chris from Cowboys Up Podcast.
And thank you, chat, for rocking with us. All the comments in the chat about who we should pick, who we shouldn't pick, who our busts are. But go ahead and make sure you're tuning in every Wednesday from now until the draft, because your boys are live drafting every Wednesday. Try to come at us with your picks, and we want to know them.
If you see a Philadelphia Eagles fan in your face at the, I don't know, if you're in Canada,
supermarket,
Walmart. If you're in the States, it's going to be Target or something.
It could also be Walmart in the States.
Could also be Walmart too. But you make sure that you look them in the eyes, down in the eyes, and you tell them to go fuck themselves.
Peace.